we should be cooking.
Hold on a second.
There we go. Now we're good. Hey, Crom.
Super World.
Ooh. Hello.
Should actually slide up Mind's Eye. Do that one first, and then you don't have to put the whole playlist on blast.
Oh, I don't have access on this playlist.
Oh, you can't? Here, I can do it. Also, can you like not show it?
Sure. Let's see.
All right, go ahead and refresh.
All right. There. There it is. We know.
No.
We saw that one earlier. Here we go.
I just realized I was muted.
Introducing Mind.
How's everybody doing tonight? What?
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 What's up, Crom?
Hey, Joseph.
I think you meant Crom TX.
It's pronounced
Joseph's
Chrome,
hanging out in our-
actually.
Shut up. And Joseph's what, hanging out in our YouTube chat?
Yep.
Word.
Do you get a notification, Joseph, when that happens?
No, I've just
Probably
got
not.
through Restream. I can see both chat channels in one.
No, I think he's just asking if people who are subscribed actually get notifications. Because
Oh yeah, they should.
How the fuck did he know?
I mean that has been the question for years.
Huh?
Whether or not people actually get notifications when they subscribe to us, or are we getting fucked by the algorithm?
Oh, we're definitely getting fucked, but everyone's getting fucked.
We got fucked like 10 years ago, though.
No, I got. Keep up with the conversation, Brad. I'm literally just saying. You asked if he got a notification, and I was clarifying as to why you asked that.
No, I mean, like, do they even send out notifications on YouTube when someone goes live?
Of course.
Oh, I didn't know.
That'd be pretty shitty if they didn't. What would even be the point of subscribing?
But who
To anybody.
do they notify? You have to have the bell or something, right? You got to click the bell.
I guess.
I don't think you get notifications.
You gotta subscribe and click the bell.
Yeah, you gotta click the bell for notifications. That's right.
Ring the fucking
Otherwise-
bell, everybody!
Subscriber stuff will just like show up in your feed, or like there'll be a little dot next to your channel in their subscription list.
Yeah, they'd have to actually be looking at it. And I hear most people don't even watch from their sub list.
Joseph says, no notification. I just happen to see you on. I
Also,
use
they
YouTube all the time.
They disappear, people.
Yeah, we got disappeared ages ago.
On my sub thing, I'm like, why have I not seen a video from this sub in a while? And I think they're only like surfacing the top so many like channels you're sub to, or you have to be pretty actively watching their stuff. Otherwise, even from your own sub list, it disappears, which is crazy, right?
Yeah.
Well, y'all want to watch some trailers?
Yes.
Okay.
This is a Rockstar style gameplay overview that Nick likes, so he should appreciate this
Well,
one.
it's
But you-
Rockstar
but-
style because the director on it was the producer for
Yeah.
Rockstar
Yeah,
North
but-
for 18 years.
But he's saying it. It's
Y'all
Brad
are
saying it.
just
It's why
such a fucking joke. We're spoiling it.
Introducing Mind's Eye. Your story takes place in the city of Red
What is
Rock,
this, Watch
a
Dogs?
desert metropolis where corporate greed
Legally
and
distinct
political
Las
ambition
Vegas.
I
are
heard
in
this looks like
constant
shit. That's
friction.
why I wanted to watch it.
In a future that's closer than we think, technology takes care of almost everything.
This
so
is
we
not a
don't
open
have
world
to.
game. This is a
Artificial
Mafia-like.
intelligence
you
connects
with
here
everything
last
directed
into
stuff.
one all-knowing system. But you
All of a sudden,
are not part of the system.
Chris Davis has a wealth of knowledge about this game.
You
You must
are
have read.
Jacob.
I
the
got
thing.
educated.
It's
I
like
didn't.
Last week you were
What
like, huh?
starts out as a personal quest.
Yeah.
As you step
But like,
into the
you know,
lead
the
role,
confidence
whole-
at which you're belting out their
involving
bullet
criminal
points is
forces,
crazy.
I mean, that's called. I
military
mean, it's been a week.
and a
What do
threat
you
so
expect?
sinister, it
I
endangers the
expected people to
survival of
continue to
humanity.
not know anything about this game.
I've
You
never
have
heard of
expert
this game.
skills,
What is
making
this?
you extremely
It's-
valuable to some.
It's
but
a new
highly
game from
dangerous to
from
others.
one of the main
The
creators.
Benz.
Leslie Benz.
Who the fuck is Leslie Benz?
Leslie Benz.
He's like
call him
the
Benz
GTA.
because they bring him
producer.
in to like close on a project.
Can you drive?
Can you shoot?
When they're struggling, you bring in the Benz
Isn't the
to get it done.
bins is like something that happens when you
Perilous
resurface?
situation. You must
The Benz is what they call him. And if it wasn't for him, you know, your favorite game of all time may not have crossed the finish line in a way that you managed to appreciate.
Your talents
brother.
at the wheel will be called upon.
No,
Okay,
he-
bitch.
He left Rockstar after 2014. So he
Yeah,
wasn't
suck
a
it.
part of.
He
Red
came
Dead
back. He
Redemption 2.
came back. Man, this dude doesn't know shit about the Benz. You need to click
Okay,
more
has he
Wikipedia
ever
articles,
worked
bro.
on a? Has he ever worked on a good Grand Theft Auto?
Damn.
Well, is there any
Dramatic
good
Question!
Are we talking like? Are we
There
talking
is
like
not,
with a
and they'll
variety of
suck.
unique situations
Grand Theft
to
Auto
solve,
London? What are we talking about here? 'Cause,
involving protecting
Oh my
others,
God, he's like turning Guitar Hero into.
I remember the
selling
cover
assets,
for Grand Theft Auto London looked kind of cool.
and even making space in the stratosphere.
These things don't have
What?
much fuel, so be careful. Precision
We
is
get to go to
vital.
space?
Your journey means you must
What is
battle
this?
your way
What is
through Red
happening?
Rock's sometimes extravagant, fortified, secret.
I mean,
and
it looks like
treacherous
somebody.
locations.
It looks like a game that somebody at Rockstar would be interested in making, but without the budget that Rockstar
You'll
gets.
have a wide array of tools and weaponry to engage.
This is a third-person shooter
They
from
were
10
like-
years ago.
invention.
They were like,
The
look
exotic.
how generic we can make everything in
You
this
will
game. look."
reactivate the
I
mind's
wonder
eye
if this is like
We're
someone was like,
reaching
well,
new
through a
levels.
companion drone,
since we didn't end
allowing
up
you
making
a
the
whole new
agency,
perspective
maybe I'll
and
just
a
like
strategic advantage
The
in remote
agency.
and combat.
y'all remember the agent. Oh no, not the agency.
You mean agent?
Agent.
That's what it was. Agent. Sorry. What's the
No,
agent?
this is
Oh no, that's a
I don't know
show
what
on
the agency
Showtime.
is.
Haha.
agent. Yeah. This
The
is
companion drone
where they
has a
had
powerful
to
stun function,
put all their hopes
which
and
can
dreams
disable
after
enemies,
Horror of the
allowing
Orient
you to
fell
combat
through.
multiple targets
Damn.
simultaneously.
Oh, that was that was the LA Noir guys.
Yeah,
Wasn't
that
it?
was
Yes,
Team
yeah.
Blondie.
Access
Yeah,
to
Team
otherwise
Blondie.
unreachable
Remember they were
areas.
gonna make a game
As
called
your
Horror of
enemies
the
become
Orient.
stronger and more aggressive,
You're-
Quite
you're-
quite possibly one of the most
Increasing
offensive sounding
its
games ever made.
Yeah.
use the drone.
I mean,
Right
it
before
makes
that
sense when you
became
know
illegal.
what that means, but like not for the name of your game. No.
Right.
Not
remember
not for
earlier
a
in this,
fucking video game that like
Yeah.
people are gonna be walking into a GameStop and buying and
Powerful
like
nano
what?
grenades
Yeah.
with
Are you okay with your child buying a copy of
Horror
Horror of the Orient?
I mean, I'm not even like think of the children, but like
Oh yeah.
yeah, I don't, you're right. It is a nuanced like geopolitical topic that
As the threat
it will
expands
never be
exponentially,
given that
time
context
is running
ever
out.
once.
Only
Like
you have the power to stop this.
You remember the original
already-
name for Disco Elysium?
No, what was it?
No.
No Truce with the Furies.
Mind's Eye
And
Yeah,
it
just
changed
go
it.
leave it.
You know why?
Entered
'Cause
via
the bins?
missiles in the campaign.
I don't know.
or
Well,
at
I don't
any
know
time through
actually
the
why,
menu.
but probably because they didn't
Enables
want to be
access
because
called
of
No
those
Truce with the
fucking
Furries.
snakes at
Ever-expanding
Zalum.
stream of
No,
new
the
games.
furries.
Wait, there's an open world mode.
Truce.
So yeah, there's a 20-hour campaign with this game, and then they're pushing it to be like a content platform where you custom make a lot of shit.
That's so bad. But I can already tell you right now,
Like Hitman or something? I don't know. What was
this
that?
will be my game of
man
the year.
knows how to make Grand Theft Auto online or something.
This will be my game of the year. I'm
Well,
calling
he
it now.
did
It's funny,
12
like-
years ago.
Why do you think Grand Theft Auto Online is not
Dude,
like
I
a good thing?
do
to
not feel confident that all of the gameplay we've been seeing is even from like the same
anyone can
game as
build
each
their
other.
own mind's-eye quality missions and games.
These just look
thanks to our
fucking so
groundbreaking,
generic.
easy-to-use creation system. No need to be a professional game developer.
You're supposed to. You're
Simply
supposed to
drop
like be
anything you
impressed
want
that y'all can
anywhere you
bid on
like,
it, so I can
be it
counterpick
enemies,
it.
vehicles, objects,
Oh,
explosions.
fuck.
We are granting
Good
you
point.
access
I'll
to
get
our
on that.
assets and the superpower to make your own.
Brad,
game.
I'm a little
somebody in
insulted
my-
that you would think that like none of us have
Mind's Eye
fucking
players
eyes
get an
connected to
all-access
brains.
pass to the
Well,
deep
somebody
world of
somebody in
gameplay.
my Super League
At the touch of
bid
a
on
button,
this game early in the
you can
year
create
before
your
they
own
were like
shootouts,
really
chases,
started showing it
races,
off.
puzzles, and places.
And now I'm terrified. Most people have all their counter picks filled, but I'm
We are
terrified
passionate
that
about
someone's gonna get
democratizing
a
video game
easy,
development.
nice, easy
We
counter
invite
pick
you to
against this
join us
game
in the
because this thing is
innovative
set
world
up
of
to
Mind's
like,
Eye. Available on PlayStation
you
5.
know, this just
Xbox
has the
Series
energy of
X
something
and
that's like a
S, and
42.
PC.
I'm waiting for
Pre-order
this trailer to be like,
Did
you
you say
know, go to our
42?
Discord and get ready
that's the
for our
thing.
coin drop.
This game could be like a 71 or like a
This
67
is audio?
or like a 42. Like this is actually just a scam.
Are they
They
just
took this shit.
are they just publishing it? Is IO Interactive publishing it?
Are they?
Yeah, I
It said
think so.
IO.
No.
That's not good. Bet they'll lose a bunch of money.
Man,
So the
Look at this
I'm
glow up.
I'm so fucking excited for this.
Is
Too
this
bad it's
Super
coming out in
Mario?
early. Super
Yeah.
World, baby.
But they're look at all the. It looks so much nicer. I mean,
Yeah.
it
But
it's
looks
also-
okay
it's
on the
also-
stream, but you should watch like a nice 4K video of this.
It's also coming to early access, so
Yeah.
let's not get too excited.
I don't
This
think I
dude-
played
this
the
dude
second.
makes games. I wouldn't worry too much about it being in early access for too long. But you know, I don't know. Maybe the new like engine or whatever the fuck he's using, because this is all like you know, real world materials or whatever. Like
Well,
the
yeah.
first two.
the
are-
first two
or
games were
first
like on
few-
Unity, right?
I don't know, but they were like cartoon. They weren't like this, like fucking tearaway or whatever the fuck this
Yeah.
style is.
They were stick figures, basically. Yeah.
Well, there's stick figures here, but I'm saying like it was like
more
They're not
detail.
stick figures.
World,
They're Gumbies, okay?
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're Gumbies. It was just like, you know,
The children
that
don't know what
shaded,
Gumby is.
like cartoony assets as opposed to like this. So it's a pretty nice.
This
glow.
would have been like a second or third round pick for me on draft night if it was coming
He makes
out.
decisions best he can.
Yo, look at this shit.
Sometimes he needs a helping hand or two.
Holy
judge
fuck.
it. Don't judge. Yeah, keep watching.
Strong, extend lifespan. He is our host. We live
It's a
inside
desperate indie dev
virus
using a meme to
spreading,
sell their
helping
cool-ass
guide,
game.
Placing shapes to spread
fuck?
infection.
A meme?
Strategize with your direction.
Well, you know, it's meme shit to use Winnie the Pooh.
Mutations. Test
Yeah.
our vessels in imitations. When our host
Wait,
is
how can he
under
do
threat,
that?
a
Is that-
virus does
It's out of the public
Oh,
domain.
Winnie the Pooh.
Bro,
Oh, I forgot about
the
that.
book
public
went
domain
into
Winnie the
public
Pooh
domain.
shit for years. now.
each turn deals a
Yeah,
bold
there was like a
action.
horror
You never heard of
movie.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey? Or whatever?
I have.
Like you could do Winnie the Pooh as long as he's not wearing a red shirt. That's Disney copyright. That
Yeah,
comes
rip
in.
his shirt off and give him like 5 extra limbs.
No, this game actually looks sick, and if I remember
don't you pop
correctly,
that
this
top
is
off?
actually an indie dev that has made cool shit before. I think they're just
Wait, this game is
Me-
called Winnie's Hole?
Yep.
I will not be used again.
What the fuck?
We have to make things right
Yeah.
by everyone.
I think this dev is just desperate to like get attention to sell copies of a game that might actually be cool. It's a shame that
I
this
mean,
doesn't look better on. This looks so good also off the stream,
I have so much to tell you.
but I guess this
Guilty
game.
Gear?
dude, this is like one of the sexiest looking fighting games I've ever seen.
But I want you to know me.
And every time they
Ah.
create a new one, it
Yeah,
just
I'm really,
looks so
I'm
much
really
better.
happy for people that play Guilty Gear.
Thank you.
I just
Got your pendant too.
Fuck you.
What?
That's
What?
wonderful.
You could just drive over here and we could play some Guilty Gear.
Atone
Damn.
and work toward a brighter future.
Probably now's not a good time.
I'm not
Who are you talking to?
You, Crispy, you. He's inviting you over to play Guilty Gear, but not right
I
now.
don't know where Brad lives. I don't
I
know
can tell
where
you.
on earth Brad is located right now.
Brad refuses to give me his address.
Also,
I have it.
And you're under some like
I mean,
NDA agreement
what I
not
meant
to share it
was-
with me.
No, I'm not.
I didn't mean like I don't have access or I don't have a means to play Guilty Gear. I just meant like I'm not gonna play Guilty Gear. But
Yeah.
that looks cool and I'm happy for people. I don't know. Maybe Guilty Gear people think this is the lamest shit ever. I have no idea.
Chris Davis has never
Impenetrable.
asked me personally for my address. He's only like weirdly blown me up, like on stream saying he doesn't have my address, which is strange. And it like just encourages me to maybe never give it to him. But then again, like I say, he's never actually asked me. So
What's he playing?
it's a weird bit, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah,
Did you see
What
that?
are we if not a collection of weird bits, Brad?
Did you see that Lucy from Cyberpunk Edge Runners is this summer?
now
Wait,
that's gonna be
what? On
sick.
Guilty Gear?
What?
Yeah.
Yes, crossover
Oh no,
character.
I have to play
What?
Guilty Gear.
Yes.
But it's just
Yeah.
Lucy. It's not like a good character.
No Rebecca.
Wow. It's rude.
Hey, Luke.
Oh no, she's fine. She just got everybody killed and then went and lived her dream
I mean, she didn't.
and was also kind of a selfish bitch.
The will
It's
across
Cyberpunk,
the
dude.
endless
What the
night.
fuck do you want? What do you want from your Cyberpunk story?
Till
I don't
every
know.
thread
No,
of
no,
their
I'm
being
joking.
is
I'm joking.
ground
She's
away.
great. She's great. Nah, she's.
I mean, good for a fighting game, I guess.
Yeah, good for fighting. I mean, why not David though? Why not just
I want
David?
Arc System Works because chicks, dude. Come on, dude. Wow.
Give it the
who-
program, Crispy. Nobody wants that.
What was the buff chick's name? Doria. She was fucking hot. Why not her?
Doria. Why do I not
Look,
remember
they picked
Doria?
one crossover character. Hey, what do you? This
she
we can
died
scores for
in the
this
4th
tomorrow.
episode.
This is
Oh yeah.
in the history of questionable plays by Chris Davis and Fantasy Critic, picking this up as the #1 draft pick in the league was maybe a little iffy.
This
but
is
you
safe.
never know. This could be like a 94.
This is save points.
We can only hope.
This is 86.
I mean, yeah.
You know what?
At
I'm
worst.
gonna give it an
At
88.
worst.
That sounds about
At
right.
worst.
I'm gonna give it an 88.
At worst? I don't think at worst.
At
I
worst,
think
it's
this
like an
is
81.
86. I think
At
this
best,
is
it's like an 88.
I think the
I think
floor
next
is like.
time we convene, we will know that Night Reign's an 86, and we'll be like, oh, this is kind of cool. And like, some of us might be more into it than others.
That's
83
also before
days.
the FromSoft bump. That's an automatic 1 or 2 points.
No, that is with it. That is with it.
No, you're wrong.
Okay, whatever.
I cannot
This
wait
is an
to see who's
84
wrong here.
made by FromSoft, so it's an 86.
So it should be an 88.
Oh
minimum.
shit! Look at this.
No,
I saw a
it's an
trailer for this earlier.
84
And I added it to this
made by
because it was so
FromSoft.
fucking sick.
So this is like.
Why
It's an 86.
So this
like
is
if-
the next Apogee published game. I don't know who the developer is.
It's like if Celeste was for Chads instead of Soy Boys. Am I right? Sorry.
Yeah, except
was-
last time I put my money on the Celeste developer, they canceled my game. Literal
Yeah.
days after I bid on it,
I
or
thought
not bid on it,
Celeste
after I
was
drafted
for-
it.
Non-binary pals.
Well, that's true too. Yeah,
And non-binary
we stand
foes.
Celeste. I apologize. This does look good.
This is
Like,
yeah.
look at this shit.
This looks
It
fucking
looks
hot.
like. Can I
Pops.
do that? I don't know.
You'll figure it out.
This is a young man's game.
We are
This is-
all.
This is
so
for the
old.
youngins. I don't know if we can handle this anymore.
Yeah.
Lucid. Adding that to my Steam wish list.
Matter Black Studio. Let me look them up.
Total chaos.
Did they have some kind of like Apogee stream?
What is? I don't even know what Apogee is. What are we? Is that that's a publisher?
They were
It's the
a
opposite
old
of- Oh, here we go.
90s publisher
Perigee.
that.
Oh, they publish Wizardom.
Oh, this is
Turbo
rap. Nick's Alley.
Overkill. Oh no. There's something about this. What is it? Something.
You linger here.
Where I thought it was my jam, then it turned out very quickly to not be. I think. I mean, this looks like it's banking on like
I've been trapped for
Outlast,
seems
but
like an eternity.
I have a friend who named her dog Apogee, but she didn't know how the word was pronounced, so she called him Apogi.
Jeez.
But then also, that's just a weird name, so she just called him Jack all the time.
I looked it up.
That's-
The developer.
Of Lucid?
I'll be waiting for you down in the mine.
The developer is the Matte Black Studio, and
Yeah.
Lucid is their first game.
And
It was a Kickstarter project.
buried beneath it all.
Do you remember the maze?
Lies an
Do you
answer.
remember the maze? Do you remember the maze?
Okay, I thought that there was something about this game that was like very, very not for me, but that actually looks like it's for me.
Yeah, I think we call that Nick Slop.
The developer of Winnie's
I
Hole is the
accept
developer
that. I accept that.
of a game called Ring of Pain, which is actually super cool.
Ring of Pain.
Yeah.
Damn, do you see that?
I continue to show trailers of this on Trailer Talk because I want somebody in my Steam family to buy it. I am fairly certain that, I mean, Carlos has probably bought the most games over the past year, I think, for our Steam family. But like, I'm up there, and I'm wondering,
Oh.
you know,
Oh, when other people are gonna
good?
start pulling their weight?
like, well, Nolan ain't buying games. Yeah, maybe we can.
I bought
And my
us
copy
Doom,
of
and Carlos was
Monster
playing
Train.
my copy.
Okay, you and Nick buy games that are on Game Pass. That doesn't actually help the family. You know, you're supposed to be
you
saving the
guys-
family money.
You guys only buy when it's like pointless.
Wait, he bought Doom.
It's on
That's
On
on Game Pass.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but
No
if you
one
ever,
Cares if Doom's in this fucking.
Motherfucker, I bought Labyrinth of the Demon King. Thank me
Bitch,
later.
I bought Skin Deep, and none of you played that.
what
I'm
the
going
fuck
to,
is
bro.
this Devil May Cry butt rock?
Hey, careful.
Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. You've both, one, not listened to the trailer, and two, have never played a Devil May Cry game? Question mark.
Butt Rock?
Oh,
Well, it
there's
was
certainly
doing the
Rock
butt
is
rock
Devil May
earlier.
Cry.
No. Devil
This
May
is
Cry
not-
is butt rock.
It
It
is.
is, but this is
you
not
need to
that.
reconcile with that.
I know, but it doesn't sound like this.
Need to save this realm. This is my vow.
Oh, Tainted. This was. Oh, that made me less excited for Tainted Grail.
What made you less excited? The sweet music.
That trailer.
I
That
feel
wasn't
like that's
necessarily
the
a good
effect it's
trailer.
supposed to have.
Been getting good reviews. I'm excited. I'm waiting for some patches though. I think.
I'll try.
And I'm not certain this game is actually real.
Is
I
this
put
Crimson
two
Desert?
trailers for this because I wanted to talk about it. So everyone pay the fuck attention, even you, Nick.
Is this Crimson Desert?
Yes.
If what they're saying
An
about the
impossible
combat
game.
system is
Did you see
true,
that?
then it's
Can you-
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Can you thumb through this shit?
Oh yeah. No, dude. The West has fallen. Like Eastern
Look at this
developers are doing crazy shit.
There was a.
Hey, I've learned my
sleep-
lesson multiple times now. Like, there's been multiple games that I thought couldn't possibly be real and turned out
Yeah,
to be
you guys
totally
were all
real.
like,
Exactly.
"Wukong, that's
But
not
see-
a real game."
But when they announced Crimson Desert,
God
from the
damn.
Korean developer of Black Desert, the fucking MMO that looks pretty.
Yeah,
nice in trailers.
the like massively popular MMO.
Wait, is this not
So-
an MMO?
This
no,
is an
no,
MMO.
It's not.
No,
Isn't it?
Just
no,
it's
it's
not.
made by
It's
the MMO
not.
people, but it's them doing a fucking.
Dude,
So I can play it?
just keep watching. Is all I can say.
Holy shit. Yes, I want
that
this.
giant
I'll
There
turn it off.
was a
Uh,
preview from GameSpot saying that like the combat is like not only legit, it's like fighting games good.
I don't know how to explain it, but this
I
game
watched that.
sucked my dick.
I mean, dude, keep watching.
Dude, this looks Look at that
There's-
donkey.
There is some nuts combat in this game.
Dude, I'm sitting here. I've been trying to like talk myself into not being. I know, dude. I've been trying
Wait till
to
you
talk
see the
myself
next
into
trailer.
not being excited for
Wait,
this
what was
because
that?
it was an
Was
MMO.
he like floating up to Sky Islands?
Wait till you see the next trailers.
Oh my god, is this coming out this year?
I don't know.
This game's
is,
been developed for like 8-9 years.
This is an impossible game of which I don't think I've seen this impossible of a game. When they announced it, I didn't believe it, right? But you're right. Since all these Korean
Horse
games
drifting.
have come out,
What
you know,
the
like
fuck?
Lies.
Did you see that?
Just keep watching.
Wait,
you
oh,
haven't
you-
seen shit yet. You literally have not seen shit yet.
I'm so hard right now.
I'm sorry, I need to go back to the pole vaulting off the horse.
Yes, show the pole vault. Go back. No, you didn't go far. You
Literally
didn't
have
go
not
far.
seen
Sorry, I
anything
wanted to
yet.
show the-
There's another. Okay, pause this.
I want to
shit.
see the pole vaulting again. Hold on.
Dude.
There's another video after this one. Stop.
Oh God, that's a.
Look at that drifting on that horse. Look at that.
Yep.
It's
Fuck,
Dragon's
this is
Dogma,
That's the best
man.
clip right there. Jumping off the horse as it's going
I'm
off a
turning
cliff.
off my fucking mic. You
Dude,
guys
some video game company from Korea that you've never heard of that makes a game that 6 billion people you don't know play just made your favorite
If
video
you shut
game.
the
and
fuck
that's
up,
the
I would
world
tell you
live in.
that Mike stopped into my stream yesterday and told me he's played Black Desert.
Yeah,
And I
and,
played Black
support his
Desert.
opinions.
and Mike likes it, right?
He likes it. He
Because
likes the
I've heard,
combat. He says the
I've heard
combat's
it's good
legit.
and it's crazy grindy. Like,
Yeah, of course.
and
It's a
that seems
bad
like Mike's
MMO.
thing.
It's a bad MMO, but this is not an MMO.
Dude, this looks like one of the greatest video games ever made.
Yes.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Dude,
What
that
the
Black Desert or that whatever, yeah, Black Desert. That is one of those games that like you've never heard of, you don't know anything about it,
It's
and
bad.
like 2 billion people play it. Like,
Yeah.
like
But I mean,
Sure. Cheers the king.
Korea has always had MMOs like that. Like forever, right? Like fucking
also
Lineage,
I don't
Maple
know
Story.
that I'm
like
willing
there's
to
NCSoft.
accept that it's bad.
no, it's bad.
dude?
I mean,
I'm sure it's
most MMOs are
grindy.
bad, but that one's
Oh come on, you're bad.
No mention of a
Rad.
release window or anything.
it's just an old ass trailer.
Well,
I'm
here's the
trying to
release
explain
window
these things to
announcement
y'all.
trailer for you, Nick.
Oh,
Usually
okay.
y'all aren't talking as much as me, and it makes it this harder.
Oh yeah, you.
Why don't you make up your damn mind, Brad?
Welcome
what do you
to
have to
our
say?
world every fucking week.
We're just
Yeah, but this
we're just
is-
excited about our new favorite game from Pearl Abyss.
Look, man,
That guy's name was Sir Catfish.
just watch. That's all
I'm
I'm
gonna
saying.
close my eyes.
Patrick Stewart doing the voiceover?
Nick, you have a record of closing your eyes during trailers, so I don't want to hear it. As in, I don't
That's
watch
AI
trailers.
generated Patrick Stewart.
This is
As in, like,
this
I've
is-
literally been on my knees begging you to
This
watch
is
a
the
trailer,
answer.
and you're just like, I can't be.
Nick is racist against Japanese people because he's Korean.
Yeah, there
Makes
you go.
sense.
Slash Chinese.
Cut me.
Nick is a Korea boo.
These
like
are literally
1000%.
Sky Islands. They made Breath of the Wild meets Dragon's Dogma meets like the greatest video game ever.
That's so sick. It's so stupid what you just said, and I love it.
You still haven't seen shit. Look at this.
For those who have died,
That looks straight out of like Lord of the Rings.
for those who have survived.
It looks straight out of.
It does have Sky Islands. Oh my god.
This is every good game from like the last 15 years.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm
but here's the thing.
Full
Here's the thing.
circle.
Pause
and
it.
I
Pause it.
officially,
Pause it. Pause it.
I officially don't think
pause
this is real.
Pause it. Tears of the Kingdom. When did that come out? Because I guarantee you, they didn't make those fucking Sky Islands before they started showing that shit in
They were
Tears of the
You
Kingdom.
so
They were
sir.
probably rated.
This is some make believe shit because they threw that shit together in the past year or so, and
It's
I mean,
not-
this game's never coming out.
It's not make believe. They just have to throw
Release window
metric tons of human suffering at it, and they can do whatever they want.
Do you remember how long Black
Yeah.
Wukong was in development? One of the reasons we think these games are not real is because they're in development for so fucking long, and it seems when they first show it, it looks impossible, right? Like, oh, well, games don't look this good or whatever, right? And then, oh, they do
Stellar
when
Blade.
you work on them for like 8 fucking years, right? And this is definitely one of those. That there's a game we've shown trailers for it. It's called it's one of those. The one that Jeff Keighley was like spooging about. It's another like I think Korean developed, Chinese developed game.
Yeah, the fucking oh god.
They
Pearl
released it.
Abyss.
Yeah,
Pearl
they
Abyss
released a trailer.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's MMO shit. It's all mobile / MMO shit.
No, but Pearl Abyss owns CCP games. They own the Eve Online guys.
Oh, I see.
Oh shit.
But
Yeah.
who owns Pearl Abyss? That's the
Nobody.
But I have been burned before. You know, for a long time I was really excited by the Korean developed Kingdom
Phantom
Under
Blade
Fire
is the game
2.
you were thinking of.
Phantom Blade, yeah, or some. Is that it? No.
So
something like that. No, a Phantom Blade 0 or something. Something stupid. Kingdom Under Fire 2 wasn't developed for a long time, and I remember when they first showed like the first Impossible trailer of it in like 2010, 8 maybe. I was like, "There's no fucking way they're making a sequel to this." And by the time it came out, it was like a fucking MMO that no one cared about. So I've been burned before, but things are changing, and we'll see. Continue. But that does look really good. Dragon's Dogma beats Breath of the Wild. I don't know. What's this shit?
Sand. Fucking sand.
A first-person
Oh,
shooter.
that Phantom Blade 0 game, right? They released a. People thought they were like that was going to come out soon.
Yeah.
They released a trailer like the first of the year saying, "We will announce a date this year." Like, not that the game was coming or coming soon. It was like, we're gonna
The
announce
release
a
date is
this
coming.
year. Yeah.
This world is
Sometime
orbiting
this year.
Neptune or something.
Oh wait, I kind of remember this. This looks sick.
It's just a good idea.
Do you guys remember that one game that's kind of like one of those Iron Lung likes where you live in like a artillery emplacement?
Oh yeah, PK GT, something like that. Planet
Yeah, it has a
Gunner.
really
It's
weird-
German.
Yeah, it looks like some kind of Soviet.
That might be coming out this year.
Remember Trenched?
I just got reminded that exists the other day, and it looks kind of sick.
I'm looking forward to this game so much. This is fucking absurd.
This is the one where you have like
Fucking forgot about this. Oh my god! I like how it changed. Like saying change history is like the biggest understatement of the year. Drive a tank through medieval battle.
And they say games aren't
Like,
political.
This isn't one of those games that's gonna come out and be like, "Oh wow, it's actually like an 88 or
No,
whatever."
it's just gonna be dumb fun.
This is I Am Bread.
Yeah.
Iron Fish, something like that.
I
But
don't know.
also, like, there's the other thing
The
about
world
this
of
game
meme
is
games
that
is changing too, right? Power World happened. That was just a meme game, and then it came out and people loved it.
I thought it was trying to be a real game, but everyone made it a meme.
Yeah, that too. But it was successful.
Oh, they didn't show the time travel shit. Oh,
Oh,
you
this
threw
was
this in
for
for me.
Oh,
That's very
they
nice of you.
showed- They showed the time travel.
We've built
This one
something
for Chris
here.
Davis. He's already watched it, of course.
I have, yeah.
Bridge,
They're still making content for the Division 2?
security,
This is
Well,
the Division 2.
community.
Yeah. They're actively working on the Division 3, but this is like their placeholder using whatever assets they had left from
But
that
anything
Heartland
worth
project.
is
They're
worth
working
taking.
on the Division 3.
Yeah. It's very early pre-production.
Remember when Chris
Bungie
Davis
didn't
told
know.
us that he hasn't found a game that he would put on his top 10 games of all time for like 15 years, and I was like, but you played like 800 hours of the Division.
Yeah.
Adorable
Ow.
that that this
Ow.
man thinks Ubisoft's still gonna exist before Division 3 comes out.
I mean that's a statement, yeah. The Ubisoft breakup is coming. It's just a question of when.
Those IP's got to go somewhere though.
Save Brooklyn. The fight
Yeah.
starts here.
Yeah, it's really a question of which studios and IP are going to be sold to EA and Sega and
Well, let's hope nothing gets sold to
Division
EA.
2?
That's where franchises go to die, apparently.
The Division 2 is coming to Game Pass tomorrow.
yeah, they struck a deal with Microsoft.
Aww.
Yeah, they
As
had like a
do all
4-year
games that-
break
Oh, it's
between
already-
the,
it's
appear on
the
already
Game
there.
expansions.
Install. It's already going.
Yeah, it came out a few days ago. I have played this.
Is that Control multiplayer?
Is this one on
Firebreak,
Game
yeah.
Pass? Did they
yeah.
strike a deal with Microsoft?
I don't think so, no. But I have played this game.
Had reports of rogue sticky notes
We heard.
replicating across this sector.
These people, they could be fucking artists.
How did you think about? What did you think about the game that you played? Since you're not continuing.
I'm under non-disclosure agreement.
You're such
I knew he was gonna say that.
There was a
Did you just
preview
get a
embargo
little
that lifted,
erect
like,
saying that?
they're literally talking about the game on major video game websites.
Yeah,
Check
because
your
they're
email.
authorized. I'm not
Your
authorized.
email. You're not. If
There's
Are
no
you
way
sure there
you
wasn't like a
exist.
date or something?
wait, was there no expiration to the NDA? Because if that's the case, why'd you even bother?
The NDA expires when this game comes out on June 17th.
That's dumb. That's
Might
fucking
contain something
dumb.
useful, but it'll probably attract
Okay,
a lot of
okay, but if you played a game similar to this, would you enjoy that game and recommend that other hypothetical game?
I like how
Theoretically, yes.
Was that an
something-
exciting
something tells
theoretical
me-
yes, or like
I
a
mean,
Think of this as a criminal.
Look how cool this is. Do you know what's funny? Like, I somehow believe that Chris Davis would like give his life before he broke that NDA. Like,
Well, I also
Braveheart
applied
or
to
some shit.
another private playtest for something else entirely
Dude,
today.
no one knows.
It's a
anything
legally
that is-
binding contract.
There's 30 people watching. You're fine.
I don't need evidence out there.
There's
of me
31. A
breaking it.
remedy rep just like
People talking about this game. Like, there's literally people talking about this.
Is that a monster made of
It's a
post-it?
post-it
Okay, so
monster.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, no.
There's
You
cool
fight.
looking shit
The
in
whole
this.
game is about post-it notes.
Badass.
Is that true? I don't think that's true.
Yeah, look, there are post-it notes all over the fucking trailer.
No, they were just showing the post-it
Get some
note
media
story.
literacy. God,
No, they were just showing the post-it
Is that the
note
end? Have we reached the end
level.
of the
Yep,
trailer
that's
talk?
it.
That's it.
All right, let's do this. Let's go.
1 second.
Can you close that? I think we got some spoilers for Expedition 33 up there.
Oh,
remedy.
well, they couldn't see it. I don't think. I'm gonna turn on my air conditioning because it's hot in here.
Hot as fuck. It's officially hot girl summer. I need to test my microphone. Alrighty. How's everybody doing tonight? I feel like I'm the only one on the stream, even though Crispy could secretly be here. Nope, he's gone. It's just us, chat. It's just us. What? Oh God, he's back.
Nick, I'm always here.
He never
That's my secret. I'm always here.
Also, chat, I apologize. I'll get the podcast video for last week done tomorrow.
Nobody here probably cares. They watch them live.
Oh, I mean, they should watch them live, but they could also watch it again later.
I'll be right back. Don't start without.
Fucking start without them. New toolbars. Okay.
Hey, Crispy, you there?
I'm always here.
Did you hear about like all the Monster Hunter stuff lately? Like they're gonna fix this shit, dude. They're gonna fix
I was
this
very
shit.
briefly skimming the Monster Hunter channel, and I saw a bunch of people talking about hammer buffs.
Oh yeah, it's much more
Which
than just
seems-
hammer buffs though. Like they're cooking, man. They got the right idea. It's gonna become the game's gonna get harder.
Where
They're
can I get a
like
breakdown
scaled
of
up
this?
rewards for the harder shit. It's like there's new systems coming. Like I'm
Are they
telling,
gonna-
read the developer letter that came out today.
Okay, where
Developer
can I read
letter.
it?
It's on their website. Just search Monster Hunter Wilds developer letter, or what does they call it? From their director.
17 hours ago, a message from director Tokuda.
Yeah. There's a lot of shit there, but like
I am back, and I am ready.
dude, Akuma is like a new playstyle. A fight like it's like the 15th weapon. It's not just emotes anymore. Like
Shut the fuck up.
The damage scales with your equipped weapon. And like he has like moves that they're not like they're mapped to like face buttons.
So
like,
you have an
like a
equipped
regular
weapon.
like to do the damage, but like you become like if you have to equip like the full set of armor, but like it actually is like a fighting stuff, like a move set.
Wow, yeah, it's on the action bar. What the fuck? So okay, but you can still use weapons as Akuma. He just also has
can.
this
Yeah.
extra like
Yeah.
assisted combo Akuma. This attack can be selected from the item bar consecutively to pull off a combo. You can press triangle or circle to activate different moves. Your drive gauge fills over time.
Dude, you can drive impact.
Full
and
drive
it's,
impact can be performed.
it's a fucking offset. Like it would be in Street Fighter.
Yeah, L2 R1 during a combo. Akuma's full armor set is equipped. This move will gain an offset effect, and hitting a monster's wound or weak spot will activate the Shungoku Satsu attack, which will gain stun priorities. What? That's kind of okay.
But also there's like it's all the stuff after that, the Akuma stuff where I'm like, oh yeah, they get it. They get it.
All right, homies,
Like
are we ready to start?
Yeah, I'm recording. They're tweaking it to like
8-star challenge monsters.
the higher your
Tempered
hunter rank,
Gormagala.
the higher like ranks, like the more likely the higher like you'll start all the hard shit will spawn for you if you're higher rank.
Oh yeah.
They're like changing the like
So you'll have like more chance of running into like tempered shit or something.
But they're also like tweaking the rewards for that stuff. And like title update 2 that's coming out probably, not probably like next month, right? Is gonna be because the Akuma stuff is tomorrow. But they're cooking. And Lagiacrus is gonna be sick.
Yeah, Lagiacrus.
And they confirmed that it's more than just one new monster in the next title.
Oh fuck yeah. Dude, okay.
I just hope
That's-
that like the newer Capcom collabs are gonna be this
as in depth.
Like, am I gonna be able to play as like Amaterasu and like have a fucking Palamut's moveset? Fuck it, let's do it.
Dude, fuck that. If they do a Mega Man crossover and you can like use the Buster Cannon, that would be so sick.
Dude. I'm recording. What about you, Nick?
I'm ready. I'm recording. Chris Davis, are you recording? You're muted.
I am recording.
Cool.
I just
Why
checked
does
the
your mic
waveform.
have
I am recording.
a tap feature? Is that? I feel like that's not like a good way to do it.
To mute?
But I'm no microphone designer.
It's just touch capacitive. It's fine.
Thanks. I know what touching stuff is, but I'm saying like it doesn't seem like a good idea for a mic.
I mean, it's never bothered us when he taps it.
Well,
it's better
more
than a
than
button.
anyone, he forgets that he's muted. So
I mean, that's true.
It's
yeah.
possible it might be the mic.
Well, the real problem is that there's lights on the front of it that it turns red when I'm muted, but I can't see under the mic guard when I have it down here. So I just sometimes just don't realize it. So
Dude, flip it upside down. Do it boom style.
I guess I could do that. Yeah.
Well, don't do it right now.
Yeah, I'm not doing that right now.
All right, Crispy, are you recording?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, then let's do a quick roll call. Brad.
I don't. What is that?
What is what?
What is this? Is this
This is the
Dark
Universal Dark Universe.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
It was Russell Crowe and Javier Bardem and Tom Cruise and
Yeah,
the
I
lady who
remember.
played the
I just
mummy.
couldn't place it. I couldn't place it.
Yeah.
Am I
actors,
Tom
like-
Hardy in this picture?
Tom Hardy?
Tom Hardy
You mean-
wasn't in those
Yeah.
movies.
I think you're meaning Tom Cruise, and I am Tom
No,
Cruise.
I know you're Tom
Nick
Cruise.
is Tom Cruise.
Or was I Russell Crowe?
I think Javier Bardem. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. I don't.
It's kind of like represents
we need to
everything wrong with Hollywood, right?
Oh
I
no,
feel like
I'm
we need-
sorry. It's not. It's Johnny Depp. That's who it is.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Carlos is Javier Bardem, and Brad is Russell Crowe.
Okay.
I like how it's like check out all these
God
old
damn
famous
it.
actors, and then like some young
Everybody stop
actress,
the recording for a second.
actress that no one
Okay.
knows, which is
Everybody
like
s-
always
Ow.
what it is.
Brad,
You're like me during trailer talk. That's what
stop the recording and start it again.
I started it over.
I have restarted my recording.
All right.
I'm recording.
Why couldn't it be like
pizza?
like Kate Blanchett in there? You know, why does it gotta be
Well,
these
because
dusty
she was playing a
actors and-
mummy.
It doesn't matter. It's dead.
Because there's a dearth of like women
now.
of color who are famous in Hollywood.
And you know,
All right. Let's try this again. Roll call starts now. Brad,
hello.
Crispy,
Hey, what's up? I'm
Hey.
having a pizza pie.
Chris Davis.
Wasn't the new Invisible Man supposed to be part of the Dark Universe and they split it off?
Well, no, they made.
Probably.
Wait, really? That was
It's
actually
true.
that was a pretty
It's
good
true,
movie,
which
by
he
the way.
knows it's true because he read it off fucking Wikipedia and he wouldn't be saying it
They
if
just
he didn't
built
know
a
it was
dark
true.
universe.
I'm making a guess here.
They just
That
built
is
a
not a
Dark
guess.
Universe theme park that they had to break off from the movie franchise.
Yeah, it's like one of those DC things where it's like, I guess we had plans, but this is the only one, so let's call it that we broke off or something.
yeah.
I still can't.
It's
get
kind of like
Robin.
ending the Flash by dumping him in the George Clooney universe.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh my god,
That was
I
a
forgot
choice.
about that. Okay,
Yeah,
and
it doesn't matter. Like,
How many millions of dollars do you think Clooney made for that one cameo?
millions? I don't think he did. I really
I
don't.
think they were WB was throwing money at that project just to try to get it across the finish line.
they were trying to get it finished without ruining the company. I don't think they were
mean,
I don't know.
that's
I
kind of
don't know. I don't
counterintuitive.
know. I don't know how these fucking ghouls work, you know?
Trying to get it
overview.
across the finish line by pumping it full of cameos is not the way.
The Invisible
No.
Man film is connected to the Universal Dark Picture Dark Pictures. We keep saying Dark Universe. There's production history and concept of a shared universe for Universal monsters. While Universal initially planned on a serialized universe for their monster films, the idea was later abandoned. The Invisible Man 2020 was developed as a standalone film, but its connection to the Dark Universe remains due to its shared production history, which means you
Okay.
nailed it, Chris Davis.
I was kind of right.
It's a great
Wow.
Did you
guess.
see that? Did y'all watch that movie? Because the Invisible
pretty
Man
good.
was actually pretty good.
I heard it was really
No, I
good.
didn't.
Yeah.
Wait, was that
Yeah.
the one with what's her face from Handmaid's Tale?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
it's
It
pretty
was
good.
like well
I didn't.
shot and like super tense. And
I heard the new Mission Impossible is pretty good.
all right,
It's
start your
pretty good.
recordings over. Start your recordings over.
Hey, no, I only started the recording over because we couldn't even get through the fucking roll call. We've now gotten through the roll call, and this is the podcast. Hey, everyone.
Cruise sucks.
Welcome.
Tom Cruise sucks.
Welcome to 4Player Podcast. This is episode 836. It is May 27th, 2025. I'm your host, Nick Henderson, joined by Brad Simons.
Yeah.
Currently awaiting illness?
Incubating.
Incubating. He's
Yeah.
incubating his illness. So who knows what'll happen next week?
I don't know. I'm starting to get a headache.
Oh
no.
It'll be a lot sooner than
me
a week.
too.
Yeah. Henry got
sorry,
sick
man.
first, and then Malia got
It's
sick.
COVID. You've confirmed it's
Oh
COVID.
yeah, Malia
Griffin
tested
also
positive for
sick?
COVID, and Griffin was the last one to get sick, and he started showing symptoms yesterday.
Henry got bit, but hid his bite from the group.
We were so close. They're out of school. He brought COVID home on like the last day of school. It's so fucked up.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So
That's
he brought it
wonderful.
home. Oh shit! I'm
It
sorry.
is summertime.
What a way to kick off the summer.
And
Anyway,
his hands are always in his mouth
Summertime
because
and
he's got a
the
loose
COVID.
tooth. It's so gross. Of course, he brought home COVID.
that's so nasty. Okay.
Rip that
anyways,
tooth out of his fucking mouth.
throw it out with the COVID. All right, Crispy. Hello, Crispy.
Hey, what's up?
What's been up?
How was Mission Impossible?
I'm not falling for this. I feel like this is a trick. I feel like I'm
No,
being led
dude.
into a
Okay,
trap.
look.
Yeah, it's a
I
trick
think-
to ask about movies we've watched.
Honestly,
in the
I think
first-
you being into and excited about Mission Impossible movies at this point makes way more sense than being excited about like a new James Bond movie. You know, like I know we give Tom
But
Cruise a
we'll
lot
be
of shit
sure
because he
when it
deserves it. But like every time I want to hate the guy, he goes and does something that's just like, Tom, you got me. Like when he's like
one of
doing
the-
the audience Q&As and he's just talking about like every time I go to the movie, I eat 2 large buckets of popcorn. And you're like, you're a fucking maniac, Tom. Like, and then him calling out that one dude who like ate all his popcorn before the movie. He's like, you ate all your popcorn. Like, how did that guy not just instantly evaporate? Like, that's so fucking funny.
I didn't see that. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's so funny. He walks in the theater, he sees one guy, and he's like, "You ate all your popcorn," like in that really intense Tom Cruise way, where you're just like, don't hurt me."
The only thing I saw was that like someone like filmed him like eating popcorn, like standing over in the corner eating popcorn, and they were like, and it was like, this guy eats popcorn like he doesn't know how to use his hands.
Yeah,
like, he doesn't know.
no, he does. He shakes it and goes like this every fucking time, and he eats 2 buckets like that every time he watches a movie. Like,
Also,
The
everything
man-
he does is like that.
The man has
Cruise
spent
is-
so much. If it's like a mundane activity that like everyday people do on the regular, he doesn't know how to do it. That's just
like I
That's my
Why would he
know.
though? You know.
I know everyone makes fun of him for being like really high up in a dangerous cult, but like I really honestly believe that he is into really dangerous cults and he likes Hollywood more than he does Scientology. Like I honestly think he's like just doing the Scientology to do more of the Hollywood. Like,
I really, honestly, I don't want to get into that subject, obviously, but I will say this:
Sure.
I personally have never heard the word Scientology come out of Tom Cruise's mouth. I have only heard other people talk about. I know.
Okay,
I'm not saying it doesn't exist.
No, we're not. Yeah, I mean, he was the best
There's
man
rules.
at David Miscavige's wedding. Like he's in. Like he's in.
There's
he's
rules.
not.
For sure.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying the only conversation I've ever had about it has been about other
He's
people
shrewd.
talking about
He
him.
knows. He
The
knows.
first
like
rule of
people think I'm a
Scientology,
psycho.
Nick. The first rule of Scientology is you don't say the word Scientology.
You don't talk about Scientology.
Yeah.
Maybe that's for the best.
I mean, he's absolutely like a fucking. He's like cleared or whatever, right? He has like psychic powers or something. Like that's true.
That would explain a lot.
But he just wants the psychic powers so that he can make more Mission Impossible movies. Like that's it. Like that's his ambition.
See, I will say this: the reason why I didn't want to like answer your question right off the gate is because it always leads here. The conversation always leads to this.
No, it's
Mission
not.
Impossible was great. Mission Impossible was fucking fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah, you should say that, and then every time also be like, Tom Cruise is a fucking maniac who
He's a maniac.
who probably should stand on trial before the Hague. Like I don't know, like, but damn, he makes an entertaining action movie. Like,
Can I ask a question about Mission Impossible? That's more on the topic of Mission Impossible.
I
What is
kinda-
this?
Okay, go ahead.
why is it called
Sorry.
Final Reckoning?
No, what is this one about?
The
You want me to just tell you what it's?
The last
you watch the
three
last one?
Mission Impossible movies seemed like they were going to be the last.
Listen, Ethan Hunt is in charge of the Impossible Mission Force, which is a special
Shut up.
operations.
I've seen the Brian.
Oh, no.
I've seen a handful of them. I've seen a.
Okay, but you haven't seen the last few?
I probably stopped
Because this one is literally part 2 of the last one, so it's just a continuation of the last.
They all become a
movie.
part 2 in the end when they all start blending together. Really, I mean,
This
that's
is
my problem. It's like I've never had a bad time watching a modern Mission Impossible movie, but they are really blurring together in a way that like even more than your typical franchise. I
mean,
can't watch a trailer and tell which one that is.
I mean, I could literally.
multi-billion-dollar
Here's the
TV
thing.
show.
Here's the thing. I feel like we're spending way too much time on this already, but you could show me a screenshot of any Mission Impossible. I could tell you exactly which movie it came from.
A screenshot. Someone do this quiz. I call bullshit. I call bullshit on this one. But really, what is this one about?
I feel like I'm walking right into a fucking trap.
Because you're about to read the synopsis of every single
No, did you
Mission
watch the
Impossible
last
movie.
one?
No.
The last one. I mean, then what? Oh my god, you
Fallout is gonna be a two-parter.
I watched.
It's about. I mean, it's about an AI that's being used. That's essentially become sentient and is trying to take over all of the world's governments.
It's Skynet.
Yeah, it's essentially
In the film,
Skynet.
Hunt and his Impossible Mission Force team unite to prevent the entity, a rogue AI, from unleashing global destruction against humanity.
But the twist is it's not actually an AI. It's like some cool old, dusty actor.
It is 100% an AI.
There's a biplane in the movie.
Literally,
can you outrun an AI?
The movie. Here's the thing. The movie itself, like the entire like plot of the film, is based around them trying to locate and reclaim the source code for the AI that they can use to shut it off.
Whoa!
And it's trapped in a submarine that was sunk to the bottom of the Arctic Ocean. That is what the film is about.
That's cool.
But like when the bad guys
That's
AI,
sick,
it lets like the human bad guys be like, we need you, Ethan Hunt. This got out of our hands, and only one person can.
Dude. Here's. Let me just. Since I'm not gonna get another chance. This is what I love about this franchise. It's funny because it's like the same thing I used to say that I didn't like about James Bond. Like I loved James Bond more after it became more grounded and more serious. Like when Daniel Craig became James Bond and it started becoming a lot more grounded, like that's when I really got into, like really started to love James Bond. I mean, I loved it beforehand, but that's when I was like, this is my favorite. These are my favorites. Daniel Craig's my favorite Bond. I love Mission Impossible because it is so batshit over the top, and it does it with complete conviction.
It followed the arc of Fast and the Furious. Like it's the same.
Yeah.
The John Woo one was Too Fast, Too Furious.
Dude.
You know, the one with Philip Seymour Hoffman is like this one we thought, you know, if you look back on it, it's actually better than you think. That's Tokyo Drift, dude. I'm telling you, it follows a similar trajectory.
Let me tell you.
And now they go to space.
The Mission Impossible 3, which is the one with Philip Seymour Hoffman, is low-key my favorite in the franchise. But that's neither here nor there.
I feel the same way about Tokyo Drift, dude.
But I was talking to Robin about this as we were leaving the theater. We both really enjoyed it. But we were talking about it. I was like, it's funny because I always give people who love Fast and the Furious shit because I can't stand Fast and the Furious. I think it's dumb as shit. But I was like, I know those people love it. I know those people love it for the same reason that I love Mission Impossible. So it's neither here nor there. You know, it is, you know, love what you love.
I'd watch Mission Impossible if it was like, instead of Tom Cruise, like a fun team.
I will say,
because his team is not.
Dude, his team's great. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
All right. They can't be that great because Tom Cruise
Brad,
contractually
honestly,
won't allow it.
Dude, Brad, I'm with Nick. You're just wrong here. Like,
dude,
you're just incorrect.
I told you, I have had a good time every time I watch Mission Impossible.
Yeah, I know.
When I'm out of the theater, I'm like,
I think I would be more excited about a new Mission Impossible than I would like a John Wick or something, you know?
Oh, I'm with you there. I would watch.
I like John Wick too, but for totally different reasons.
Before I watch
sure. John Wick is what I was thinking about this the other day, and I was like, John Wick is closer to what, I don't know, what James Bond should be than what James Bond is right now.
Well, we don't even know what James Bond is right now at the moment.
Yeah, well, what it has been for the last
John Wick is all like
years.
is always like these days 45 minutes longer than it should be because it's obsessed with its lore, and
That's true.
I fucking can't.
He's a little too. Yeah,
I
that's a
understand
little-
that.
Speaking of which,
A
I'm
lot
going to
of-
see Ballerina this weekend. So,
Oh,
it's out?
John Wick.
Yeah,
that's
the
not this weekend.
fucking-
That's the
the
next weekend. Next weekend.
JWCU or whatever.
The John Wick cinematic universe.
This weekend, I'm going to see Bring Her Back, which I'm really excited about.
That one
Oh,
looks
where
pretty
are you gonna go see the Phoenician Scheme, Nick?
I don't know. Anyways,
that movie looks so good.
Oh God.
Why is Carlos Javier Bardem though? Do you know Javier Bardem is?
Oh, I think it's racism.
I think Javier Bardem is sitting because he's so tiny.
Is he
He's
tiny?
shorter
Is he
than
small?
Tom Cruise, dude. I'm telling you, they cast these
There's-
actors because they're Tom Cruise height or shorter. Those are all short
No,
actors.
I
Well,
don't,
except
I don't think they
Russell Crowe.
cast. I don't think they cast these actors specifically for that specific reason. I think that the average height of stars has come down since Tom Cruise because of him. I think it's more of
I mean,
like
I will say this:
butterfly effect ripple going through the industry.
like throughout the Mission Impossible series, he has lots of members of his team that are definitely taller than him.
Yeah,
and
but like
bigger
Ving
than him.
Rhames is taller than everybody.
Well, yeah, but like Henry
Sean-
Cavill is way bigger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and has the
Simon Pegg, I don't
personality
know
of a
about-
cardboard box.
Okay, maybe
Simon
look,
Pegg is short.
I'm saying they're all under 6 foot. That's all I'm saying. And to me, that's tiny.
Rebecca
Yeah, you
Ferguson. Well,
can't- Have you ever
She-
seen a
she's sh-
person who's 6 foot or taller on camera, Brad? You can't do it. You can't. It adds like 6 inches to their height. Can't do it. You can't put tall people on camera.
They
are we even-
shrunk
what are
Russell
we even
Crowe
doing
in this
here?
picture, though.
What are we doing?
That's fucked up.
you know, the people who are listening to
There's
it at home
nothing-
can't see this picture, so they honestly have no idea what we're talking
Everyone
about.
knows the picture, though.
Oh, the Dark Universe
The
picture.
only cast photo
The
to
only-
exist because they
yeah.
never made the movies.
Tweeted out by the account in 2017 and never made a peep again. I wonder if anyone at Universal even has the password for that account anymore.
Damn. Shots fired. Anyways, I technically never finished introducing everybody. Chris Davis is here. Hello, Chris.
I'm also
Chris
here.
Davis.
Hello. I was wondering whether that was going to happen. Yeah.
I haven't forgotten. Sorry.
You have
We just-
before.
Oh,
though.
now he can't get an E3 pass because you didn't say his name within the
Yeah,
first 5
fuck
minutes.
now.
Oh man. I
Remember
forgot I
those
sometimes
fucking
forget
days?
that- I sometimes forget that was a thing we had to deal with. But anyways, yeah, we're here to talk about video games, believe it or not, despite the fact that we've been talking about movies for the first 10 minutes of this episode. Hey, look, Mike's here.
I
Speaking
just
of the
found
devil.
out I'm a
Yeah.
few inches taller than Russell Crowe, and that makes me uncomfortable. I feel like
You
maybe
are-
I'm a few inches taller than most people, but
You're-
also,
you're
especially
tall.
Hollywood, it's fucked up.
You
You're
are
tall.
pretty
Wait, how
tall.
tall is Russell Crowe?
You are tall.
6 foot. I thought he was like 6'3". Come on.
Whatever. Google
Hey.
says he's 6 foot. I bet that's 5'11".
Hey guys, we're video games.
I started playing Death
I'm trying.
Stranding.
Oh.
Video games.
Oh,
I started
yeah.
playing Death Stranding.
Yeah, how's that going? It's June, guys. It's
weird,
almost
man.
June.
It's a little weird.
Oh, it's
but
a
I'm here
little
for
weird.
it.
How far did you get?
Because if it's only a little weird, you haven't gotten very far.
I'm just walking around, I'm
Have
at
you
the
met
part
the
where you
president
walk.
yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you gotten past Port Knot City?
I
Yeah.
don't
Have
know
you
what that
gotten
is,
to
but
the
probably
second
maybe.
map?
Never ask Brad a question about anything. Where
I
you're
drank
using
some
He's still
not-
on the first map.
terminology.
I drank some not Monster Energy drinks, which was a huge fucking bummer. Let me tell you,
Oh,
it
Bridget.
was only fun and exciting when it was Monster Energy drinks, and
When it
now
was
that it's
product
not,
placement.
now that it's made up energy drinks, it's just kind of like I'm just annoyed.
Wait, they
I would have
patched
been
it out?
stoked. They passed
Yeah,
it, license,
Yeah, a long time ago.
director's cut.
When they did the director's cut.
Really?
Mike,
We talked about this when I
Jesus
was
Christ,
talking
he
about.
spent
was years
400
ago.
hours on Death Stranding.
Yeah. Mike's a big Death Stranding guy for sure.
Yeah, but
Dude,
400 hours.
that's
It's
like
not
half
a
of
fucking
Chris
Monster
Davis's.
Hunter game. That's
Dude, it
you know,
like you do get to a point where it just
therapy.
kind of like
That's-
becomes a time sink. Like
Dude,
you
you
can
could totally-
do stuff. You don't have to like Dude, shut up, Brad. I knew you were gonna be like this. I knew this was gonna be a thing.
You didn't even say anything qualitative.
This is
What
so
the fuck?
anti-art.
All I said is I was mad that the Monster Energy drinks are not Monster Energy drinks. That's all.
Yeah, that's
what
true.
the fuck.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right. I got hot. I got hot. I'm sorry.
Don't you
I'm
realize
excited to play more.
Mike's
but
the only one
I
out
got a
there.
little
I,
sleepy.
like you are
at the end of the
not
night.
you are not in the game proper.
I know.
yet.
I know. I didn't say it was.
I
just
know.
said I
I know.
started.
I know. I know.
Seems cool.
Mike is out there single-handedly keeping all of the roads together.
He's the one.
Like,
he's the one keeping them up. He's the one
Yeah.
adding fucking supplies.
I was
to the
worried
highway
about that.
builders.
Like, what if? I imagine there's people probably playing right now since the sequel's coming.
Yeah, Mike.
So
when I played, there was a shit ton of activity. Like there were people all over.
Oh yeah.
Like,
well, it's a very
bet-
successful game, I think. But you know, I'm excited for the sequel.
It's
sounds
crazy
like-
to think it.
It sounds
It is
like
crazy.
the better one. Dragon's Dogma 2. You know, why does everyone else get a Dragon's Dogma 2 and Dragon's Dogma just got another Dragon's Dogma? It's so frustrating. I don't know.
Wait, I'm struggling to follow your metaphor here.
If you know, you know. You know.
Yeah, Dragon's Dogma 2
Dragon's
is
Dogma.
still just Dragon Dogma for the first 80 hours.
and then it's Dragon's Dogma.
Well,
2. So
literally,
you really
but
got
also, like,
two
figuratively,
Dragon's
and, like,
Dogmas.
yeah.
You got a remake of the first game and a sequel.
Yeah. Catch your chickens for.
I can't believe Death Stranding 2 comes out in less
And I
than a month.
bet. Wow.
That's bananas, right?
You better.
That snuck up
you
on
better,
me.
You better
Dude,
start believing.
fucking The
You're
Switch
in
2 comes
one.
out next week.
I've still only finished one video game in the year of our Lord 2025.
Dude, I'm still
cares.
trying
Just
to
play
finish
some
Monster
indies,
Hunter
man.
Yeah, but
Generation.
you
No.
deep throated Kingdom Come Deliverance too, though. Let's be
Play some
clear.
indies.
Graphic. I am almost done with Claire Obscure Expedition 33. So that'll be my
you
number
are
two.
qualified to finish the
it
game.
it doesn't matter because like we all finished that one, Nick. You need to
I didn't finish
play
it.
some short unique indies, bro. You know, like your famous number 7 or
Well, let him finish
your top 10.
the game of the year, and then he could move on to some indie
The
stuff.
game of the year. It's French, guys. It can't be game of the year.
That's true.
Le game of the year.
Yes, I know. All of
Indie
these
is not for Nick.
all of these games I would love to play. I'm
You
still
just made it a
itching.
thing.
I'm still itching to play more Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Oh,
You are?
There's
which
just
one
too
was
many
that?
fucking-
You know what you could be playing, Nick?
What?
The new deck builder from Shiny Shoe?
Whoa! Hey, I played this game, and you know what? Before Brad says anything, let me just say it's pretty good. So if he says it's good, then he's just copying me, and he's
I don't know.
A copycat.
Sounds right.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Roll that sexy footage.
Yeah.
Of Monster Train 2?
That's the one.
Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been struggling with this latest faction, the last faction.
The Lazarus League.
Yeah. Have you
Or-
played Monster Train?
No.
This is kind of just more Monster Train, but you know what's pretty fucking good? Monster Train. This isn't just more Monster Train. They put a lot in this game. But it is definitely that formula, right? You have, it's a roguelike deck builder where it's like Slay the Spire, but it's more like Protect the Pyre, because there's invaders coming into your train. There's 3 floors, and they're trying to get to the top, and then they well on your pyre, and if it blows up, you lose the run, right? So it's like one of those, right? And it's a lot like the first one, but if you look at the strengths of the first one, it's like really fun, crazy factions, right? Like unique factions. Like the first one had like there's like this monster faction where like larger monsters will eat the little like fodder monsters. They look like the little like Studio Ghibli soot monsters. I forget what they're called. I don't know. It's been a while since I played the first one. Then they had the faction that was like the melting wax candles or whatever. And I feel like there's some analogs to those, but in general, like they're still like pretty cool, new, unique ideas behind the factions here, even if I'm kind of seeing some comparisons to the first one. Like, in fact, when I first started this game, I was a little like disappointed because I thought they were trying too hard to make a unique like battle like card type mechanic or whatever in, you know, like a card effect, right? Like a unique card effect that wasn't in the first game. And there was a lot of stuff in the first game. So if you're trying to make a sequel with all new shit that isn't like repeating the same ideas from the first game, because for the most part they're not, you know, the card effects are like fairly, you know, unique from the first game. You kind of run into like overly complex stuff, which I sometimes less is more, simple is better. Like Slay the Spire feels like a nice clean game, right? Monster Train was like it was like the messy, crazy version of Slay the Spire, where you're doing crazy effects and you're scaling up like to ridiculous numbers, but like the enemy's there to meet you on that level, and you know it's good. It feels well made, but it's like it's the crazy uncle of Slay the Spire, right? But like the first card effect in the first faction when I started the game was an effect called Valor, and I have played like 30 hours of this game now, and I still am scratching my head on what Valor is. It's something that boosts your strength, but if the unit is in the front of your group on that floor after combat, it converts that Valor to armor. And I'm like, you're trying too hard to make something that feels different, and that part's a little weird. But after that, it gets a little like the other factions get a little more unique, I suppose. There's this dragon faction, and it has this this mechanic called Horde. It's like a meter that like appears on the side anytime you're the dragon, you know, the dragon faction, and you can different ways of accruing like a current like a separate currency. Like they're like gold dragon eggs, and you can cash them in at the end of every battle. But if you wait and like get higher
Level
amounts
it
of
up.
them, like you can crack them open and get even more rewards. By the way, look at this. I was
It's
staring
so-
at this and I'm like, yo, is there stuff
From,
like this in the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. This
Yeah, there's a
description
bunch
is
of.
cool.
They said there's like a Balatro crossover coming. There's. This is already fucking. What's that called? That
Description.
Yeah, Inscription.
Yeah, sick.
And one of these events, I don't really understand why, but one of these events has a little pop up that says it was designed by Richard Garfield.
Yeah, I
Which,
saw that.
if
I
you know
saw
who that is, Richard Garfield is the guy who created Magic the Gathering. And apparently he was like a really big fan of the first game, and like I don't know, they asked him to design one of these random events.
These feel
for
like
them.
Kickstarter like stretch goals. Like we'll ask, you know,
Yeah.
Richard Garfield to like make a quest. But like that event is like really cool. Because there are boxes that you can put units and cards into. And
Yeah.
it's actually super broken because one of them you can put units in. Like you pick your own units you can put 3 of them in the box, and every round it'll like Jack in the Box pop one of those units out, but it doesn't adhere to like room size restrictions. So you can just throw that box in the back and it'll keep like putting out units even beyond your room size, and you can like duplicate that box with all of the units inside and have another box full of all of those up you that's where Monster Train goes off the rails, right? Like when you start duplicating, you like, I'm gonna upgrade this dude like twice, so he's like totally broken. And wait, I can just have a copy of him now. Like there was an event in the first game that lets you have like 5 copies of like something, which just seems so crazy at the time. But
and if you
that's
have
what I like
that,
about Monster Train.
if you have that specific pyre equipped, it adds an option to just buy duplicates of cards in your deck.
Okay,
In the
that I
shop.
need to talk about that because that's like the second pyre I unlocked, and I'm looking
It's
at that
this
and I'm
one,
like,
right?
why would I ever? I'm using it, yeah, because like,
Yeah.
why would I ever not use this one? Because that's so powerful. It's so
Card
broken.
duplicator? Yeah.
Yeah, you could just duplicate, and it doesn't even.
You make a
cost that
bomb
much.
and then you just like fill your deck with that bomb over and over and over again.
Yeah,
like
yeah. I have run into some issues though with. There might be a downside to the duplicator, and that's that your decks are always fucking big, because
Yeah.
you're not spending money purging shit from your deck.
Right.
But I made so many broken things with that duplicator, and I looked at the other pyres you can unlock, and that is a new system in this game, right? There's more stuff to unlock. You can even, I finally even unlocked the ability to like customize my train, like my starting train.
Like the
put new
rooms.
floors in my train. I'm not even talking about the room cards. Like there's an option in the menu to like change the floors of your train, and I just finally unlocked one. But yeah, one of the new cards is room cards, which is cool because it like can put a powerful effect on like your floor, which, you know, there's some like really good synergies there. One of the new things they introduced also is equipment, which I don't think that was a thing in the first one, at least not on to this level, where you can equip equipment on characters. Maybe that was in the first one, but the last faction you get, which is like the mad scientist faction, which I'm using here, it's a little bit like the candle faction, I think, from the first one, where you kind of want units to like die and regenerate and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's also all about like you get units that have equipment on them, and if they die, you can like take that equipment off and put it on like a better unit, which is a weird, like maybe overly convoluted mechanic, and I haven't really maybe got the tempo on that stuff to really make it into something overpowered, but I see the potential.
Magic the Gathering shit.
Well, Magic the Gathering, I guess by the nature of being around forever, it's also had to has run into this problem, right? Where it's like,
yeah, Magic is crazy convoluted now. I mean, like, it's complicated.
But I've seen the fucking the ProZD sketch with the cow milk and the
the dairy bucks or whatever.
The dairy bucks. yeah. Monster Train's not that yet, but it's getting there, and I feel like I'm enjoying myself a lot. It's super addictive. You know, it's like polished to a sheen. There's a ton to unlock. I love some of the stuff they do, where after a run, it takes you to the screen that shows not only just everything you unlocked, but like once you start winning runs, all the cards that you like win a run get mastered, and they become like gold frame cards, and now you can even unlock different kinds of frames for your mastered card. And when you get to your end screen, and it's just the sound effects of all the cards flipping from like silver to mastered, is just like, man, they're cooking a little bit with this stuff. I get it. It's more Monster Train, but with a lot more in there. It reminds me a little bit of the follow-up to like Rogue Legacy, right? Which Rogue Legacy was like a really good roguelike, right? But then they're like, well, what do we do with Rogue Legacy 2? And then it was in early access for years, and over that time they just added like so much. The crazy part is this game didn't launch in early access. It came out and it's 1.0 when it's out, which is funny to me because I get it. Because
more of this, please.
Well, so this game seems like it should have launched in early access, right? Because this genre does. But another awesome roguelike deck builder that just came out, Star Invaders, is a game that feels like a game that would have launched in early access, but it didn't. It launched 1.0. And
well, that's just because you bullied them into launching 1.0.
No, it's because everyone is trying this entire genre that was popularized by Slay the Spire is now terrified and trying their best to get their game out before Slay the Spire 2 drops. And I think that's why these games aren't launching in early access.
So Slay the Spire bullied them into it.
They want, yeah, exactly. They want the maximum amount of sales before Slay the Spire 2 comes out.
The market bullied.
Because it's a titan. Like when Slay the Spire 2 comes out, it will be the most like concurrence on Steam. Like it became such a massive, well-respected.
It's so weird.
One of these. It feels like a Hollow Knight, right? Like a Silk Song situation almost, although not as memey, right? Where ever since Hollow Knight, there's like been a million pretenders that have been like really good, but it's always like it's good, but it's not Hollow Knight, right? And that's the Slay the Spire situation. And now this fall we might be playing Slay the Spire 2 and Silk Song. Well, we are, I think. They're both supposed to be coming this year, which is crazy.
Before Grand Theft Auto 6.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Crazy to think about. Because yeah, it's up there, right? It's like how like Metroidvanias, right? Literally named after Castlevania and Metroid. And now
is that
the genre
really?
has been like Well, yeah, maybe they should. Has been like
I
the
thought it was the other way
namesakes of the genre
around.
have been like trumped by Hollow Knight. Possibly, it's
So
bigger
we
than.
should call them. We should call them Hollow Likes.
Yeah, I think the thing people forget is that
I
what
like that
really
term.
makes Hollow Knight so great is that it's not just like the best Metroidvania. It's also like they did a like and they nailed Hollow Knight in the ways like a Souls game nails a Soul, like in a way that a
Nailed the
lot of other
Souls-like
Souls
and the
games don't live
Metroidvania
up to
at the same
like
time.
Souls games. Like this game just sort of effortlessly pulled off like 2D Demon Souls, and it's
What if
fucking-
the bar has been set too high and we're putting too much on Silksong? Like, what if
But that's the
Silksong
thing.
can't
Hollow
possibly?
Knight lives up to it, right? It is. That's the thing, right? Hollow
Can
Knight.
Silksong live up to Hollow Knight?
It just has to be another Hollow Knight because Hollow Knight is still king. And if you look at the trailers, it is that it looks like it
It's at
clears
least
Hollow
Hollow
Knight.
Knight.
Like at least it looks so good. I don't know. Because I mean, think about it, right? There's been so many good games like that since Hollow Knight, but no Hollow Knights. You know, people are like, "Oh, Ori 2 is really good," but like, bro, like Hollow Knight
Ori
is
2
like
is really good.
It's really good, but like,
bro,
like
But it's no
Hollow
Hollow Knight.
Knights, they're like snacks compared to Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is like the completionist times of both Ori games is shorter than Hollow Knight. It's not you know, Hollow Knight's an Elden Ring. They started with an Elden Ring. They didn't build up to an Elden Ring. They just made Hollow Knight, and it's crazy. Anyways, whatever.
Hey,
Seriously,
quick
Ori is
question.
really good.
Shut up.
I
Nick.
know
Quick
it's good.
question.
I know it's good, but it's not Hollow Knight.
It's not.
It's
great.
Ori.
It's good.
You shut
On
up.
the cards, when you're picking new cards, the colors indicate rarity, right?
There's a little
the
gem under the
standard.
card art that suggests
The
rarity.
banners, like the blue and the purple, aren't.
I don't
rarity?
think so. Oh, banners? No, I think that's
Yeah.
more like card type and stuff. What? I can't
don't-
picture it. I can't picture it. I think the little, or maybe I'm thinking of Star Vaders actually. I've been playing both and it's confusing me. Star Vaders is
Yeah.
like a gem. I don't know.
Interesting. I do really like the style and the theming of the game. Like the
Yeah.
idea of it's like the main faction is a bunch of angels who are now like exiled from heaven after the first game, and they're like teaming up with demons to like fight their way back into heaven.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I didn't play the first game, so I don't really understand
At
why it's
all?
no, I didn't play it at all.
Oh, wow.
I don't understand why it's a train. Like
It's
it seems like
basics
so many
of the train.
conventions are not like train like. They're like, oh, you go up the floors
Because-
and attack the pyre, but like it's a
because
train.
the castle has to move because it's copying Slay the Spire. It has to move to the different nodes.
We could
And
have a
your
flying castle though. We could
like,
have
this is-
Monster Train, then Monster Planes,
Yeah.
and then the threequel will be Monster Automobiles.
All right, bro. It's a castle defense game, but it has to move because it's copying Slay the Spire. So it's a train.
I appreciate your joke, Chris Davis.
Thank you.
I don't.
It's very
I
old
still don't
soul
get
of
it.
you.
Why trains?
Did you listen to me? It's a castle defense game.
No, I know, but the game doesn't explain why there's a loop reset. Like, how come when I crash my train and it gets destroyed by monsters, I'm back at my hell base and I'm like stronger than I was before?
I don't know. I skip every cutscene in this fucking game. That first cutscene.
So you're not a
went
real
on-
fan. Okay, okay, I
damn.
see.
Well, you know, are you a real
Called
fan? You
out.
didn't even buy it. According to
No,
Randy
I'm trying
Pitchford.
to be.
According to Randy Pitchford, you're not a true fan. 'Cause-
Oh yeah, like I give a shit about what Randy Pitchford thinks on anything.
Did you hear
Like,
that shit?
No,
He's
what
like-
did- oh, he said if you're a real fan, you'll make it happen.
You'll
Yeah.
find
Yeah.
a way.
$40 price
$50
tag,
Yeah.
which is just like, oh god, someone fucking tie him to a chair
Just
and beat him with
don't-
hammers.
Don't say that.
Like-
Don't. He always says the wrong thing.
Someone beat that guy with a sock full of pennies for once. Jesus
He's
fucking
bad.
Christ.
He's bad. He's like
He's
he's like the
so
magician
slimy.
version of David Jaffe. He's just
I know
so
that,
unlikable.
like if you just add magician on top of like shit heel, it's so slimy. Like,
Oh my god. Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah,
Man, no,
I
that
don't
was
know. Like this game does the same thing that Slay the Spire does too, where it's like mechanically so fucking sick, and like just like the aesthetic considerations are, okay.
Yeah, they're okay.
Like,
But like,
okay.
sometimes the card art and so like you can have a bad you can have an divisive art style, but that doesn't mean they're not like coming up with like really cool looking
Oh,
units and stuff.
no,
Like
they are.
within that
They're
art style, they're cooking.
yeah.
The art style doesn't cook, but within that
everything
art style, they're cooking.
Yeah, but everything within the art style that does cook makes it look like, oh, this looks like this card, which is better than most of the cards aesthetically, looks like it would be any other card in like Hearthstone,
Yeah.
Like it is just kind of like, oh, this is a kind of cool World of Warcraft character, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
But wait till you get to the later factions, because
yeah,
have
I
you
know.
unlocked like the mushrooms?
I just got the mushrooms. I haven't really played with them.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
really trying to get the Lazarus League going because they sound very cool.
They're
And I
hard.
do really like the Angel one. Like the Angels look sick.
They're
Like
powerful.
they're pretty cool. It's a fun faction to play. It is a lot of that
It reminds
Valor
me too
shit,
much
which
of
is
White
kind of
Mana,
confusing.
though. Yeah, why is Valor?
Dude,
Why is that
I-
what they led with?
White
I don't-
is one of my favorite colors in Magic. Like white,
Yeah.
like I don't know. I
Tracks.
like,
White loving.
whatever. I'm fucking Esper main. Like, come on, shut the fuck up.
damn.
Wooberg, baby.
It just got weird.
I mean, black and blue for life.
Yeah, Brad just is supporting white genocide. That's all.
What the fuck? I'm starting to think Crispy can't be trusted on a microphone anymore.
Oh yeah, now.
Well, we just found the podcast title for this week.
That's not what I'm calling the podcast this week. That's for damn sure.
I'm just joking.
No, we
Oh,
can't
man.
trust Crispy with a microphone. What were you
It's
thinking I was
real.
saying?
It's not real. We all know that.
Take his microphone. Oh man. Not to pivot too hard in a completely opposite direction, but can I talk for a hot second about the one other game that I haven't yet talked about on the show, which is Labyrinth of the Demon King?
Shinigame.
Nick, maybe you didn't get the memo, but that's the second segment kind of game.
We're not doing
you
a
know what I
second segment
mean?
tonight. There's not a
Is
second
Is that a
segment
real
tonight.
game? Is that real?
Let me just tell you. First of all, I recorded this footage and it's terrible. I die like 14 times in this footage because I apparently.
Let me ask you: when you play this game, do you die a lot?
Not usually, because so first of all, if you were unaware of what Labyrinth of the Demon King is, we talked about it a little bit on Trailer Talks. We showed a trailer last week. Think it's in the same vein as like Resident Evil or Silent Hill, and it's definitely got that like I can't remember what's the terminology we used last week for the arts, like the visual style. It's got the come on, Brad, you helped me last week with this, and now I'm struggling again. And you're not gonna do it. It's got that PS1 that PS1 style visual look.
Yeah. Lo-fi, low poly.
Lo-fi, thank you. Lo-fi, low poly look to it.
Purposely grimy textures.
Yeah, very, very, very grimy, and
Do they wobble?
Wobble?
Nah, well, whatever. Never mind.
But structurally speaking, it has a lot in common with like Resident Evil, Silent Hill. Even it is giving me kind of like Fatal Frame vibes too, because I'm like spending a lot of time walking around these weird dark castles, and the music's like super foreboding and just makes you feel really tense the entire time. But it's you're usually not spending a lot of time in combat. You're just kind of walking around these like really intensely creepy places and trying to solve these obtuse puzzles and which is that's my jam. That's what I do. It just so happens in this footage I started up, I'm in this segment where I'm being chased by this thing that can't die. So you have to keep like kicking it to knock it out for like 3 seconds and then running. So I'm trying to like run all over the place, figure out where the hell I'm supposed to go, trying to solve a puzzle while being attacked by these like demons that are running around and this one unkillable thing, and I die like 15 times. So pardon that. But this is kind of the game I've been jamming to on Steam Deck for a little while. If I don't think I have like a ton to say about it, because if you've played any of those,
is this survival horror
games,
game?
you know you know it's what this is. This is one of those. But like, if you're into games with like intense vibes and that have that really like thick atmosphere, like this is totally. It's really clunky though. I mean, like as most games in this genre
Probably
are,
intentional.
like
It's a
going in.
Kingsfield like.
I mean, I haven't played Kingsfield, so I mean, I would just say it's
What?
clunky. It's clunky in the same way that like Silent Hill is clunky. Opening a menu to like navigate your inventory and see like what like puzzle pieces you have, and like look at your map to kind of figure out where you're going. Like, well, you know, the Silent Hill 2 remake did a pretty good job of like streamlining that and making it a lot snappier. But like, think like PS1.
There was a map in that game?
Yeah, of course, it's Silent Hill. That's like part of the thing. That's like part of it. But
I didn't. You remember? I didn't use the map because people
oh, that's
challenged me.
I forgot about that. But yeah, this is like I mean, just kind of like 10,000-foot view of it. You're like, it's feudal Japan. You're basically trying to avenge the death of your lord, and you're running around this like castle hunting down all these demons, trying to find this like one particular demon that killed your lord. And yeah, it's got good vibes. It feels the combat is like surprise, like when you actually do get into combat, like it's surprisingly like brutal, and it has like a parry system, like a really, it's weird calling it a parry system after playing like Clair Obscur for so long now, but like it's like a simple block and parry system, but like combat gets pretty intense like when you get into the meat of it. There I just fucking ate shit and died though in the footage. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have a ton to say about it other
This is
than
gonna sound so mean
vibes.
to this game, but like,
But you're going to say it.
This is the game that you're like, oh, I feel sad that I have to bump this off my top 10 list at the end of the year.
What is wrong with you, Brad? Why do you come at me like
Because we are doing
every
a
week?
podcast, and sometimes, you know, I feel like I help translate your feelings about something to people who have been
Because you think
listening
I'm
to a
being
long.
honest about my feelings.
No, I think you're being honest, but you know, you say like, you know, you love loving things, Nick.
I do love loving things. I feel like I'm
saying
loving
like,
things is great.
and you're like Chewbacca to people who don't think like you, and I am the Han Solo translating
what?
Chewbacca to them.
Okay.
I am using a method that they can understand. But like
I had no idea
you
where you
might
were
think
going
I'm
with
joking, but there's people listening right now who know exactly what I mean when I say that.
I know, it just makes me feel, I don't know, weird about making my top 10 because I'm like, am I that transparent? I don't know. First of all,
No,
like I haven't even played
the
Candy Games
actual
this year,
like
so
transparency is the bit part, but like that doesn't mean, but that doesn't mean people don't know what I'm saying. They know.
You're right. This is a game that I feel like speaks to me, and if it came down to it and I had to take it off my top 10, I would be disappointed.
See?
Fair enough. You got me. You caught me. But I also can't talk about what's
Other
go on my
people
top
just
10
call
when
that a 7, but you don't use numbers. So I'm trying to bring numbers to the people.
But like that's
Yeah,
you're
'cause you don't
talking
say
about
that.
all my you're basically implying that all my number 10s are 7s.
No. They're 7s to other people.
Well, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about what
Just
they are to
kidding.
other
I don't
people.
even
That's
know
why
what
it's
I'm
my
saying.
list.
He's saying your number 10 is always going to be a 7 in your heart.
Look,
No, not his heart. Not his heart.
You're saying it's like if I like that year that Visage came out and I was obsessed with Visage and I was like if I had to remove Visage from my list, I'd be really bummed out.
There
This
are
is like one of
games
those.
that you want to like more than you do. That's the energy I get from you sometimes, and that's usually where I put like around like a 9, like a game that you really whatever. Let's move on.
Hey,
What
this
fuck
is the
else have we
challenge.
ever-
This is the challenge this year is to make a list that doesn't make you feel that way about my list. I'm gonna try and fill my list with like
That's the problem though.
bangers.
You've become so self-aware that I think you are second guessing your placement based on my comments.
I mean,
But
I mean-
that's like you need to be true to yourself, otherwise my magic doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't lie to the person who's guessing your weight at the fucking carnival. You got to be like, yeah, you got it, you know?
Okay.
Well, it's because they put you on a scale.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
Those
you stand on a
motherfuckers.
scale.
Fuck those people.
I don't even know what you're talking about. That's the thing that happens at carnivals?
Yes.
Yeah. I guess you're
Okay.
waiting. They probably don't do it as much these days because it's not as okay. Not as okay.
It's got them weird vibes.
So
but
anyway,
yeah,
the Demon
sorry.
King.
This Labyrinth of the Demon King is, if you know anything about my taste in video games, it's one of those. It's, as Crispy called it, Nick Slop.
Nick Slop. Yum yum yum. Slop it up.
Slop it up. Oh man, I actually find that terminology that you've coined kind of endearing.
Oh, you're reclaiming it already?
Well, I mean, that slop is just what the kids are saying.
People just call everything slop nowadays.
Yeah.
I actually really hate it, but it's the world we live in now. So,
what's new? Anyways, that's all I have to say about Labyrinth of the Demon King. I still got more to play. I haven't played a ton of it because I've been spending so much time bouncing between Clair Obscur and Doom. That this has really just been kind of my lunch break on my Steam Deck game. So yeah,
You are so close
We
to
have those
beating
too. We
Expedition
just play
33.
roguelike deck builders, and you look like a crazy person at work. Psychotic.
yeah. I guess that's true as well. So I guess we wanted to talk a little bit more. I mean, Chris Davis, you've been playing some more Doom, right? You have some thoughts. You said you had some thoughts to expand
Speaking
on
of
what
Chris
you said
Davis
last week.
slop.
did it get good?
Actually, yeah, it's gotten a lot better than I anticipated.
That's funny.
How far are you? I'm just curious. How far are you?
What did you anticipate?
I'm on chapter 13 or 14, I think, of 22. So I'm over the hump.
You're over the hump. That sounds.
I mean
positive.
that sounds ruder than I mean it to be, but it's also literally correct. So, I last we talked about this, I was like only chapter 4 or 5 or 6 in at that point. And the game had been maintaining these consistent linear levels, which they'd done for Eternal and Doom 2016, and that was fine. They were good. But the gameplay changes and balances that they did, going away from the dashes to dodge to a parry system, really emphasizing the shield, the changes in how they scope out weapons and how they group together now instead of there being like individual experiences. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way just a little bit. Now that I'm as far as I am in the game, they've introduced most of the mechanics at this point, and they are really starting to meld together pretty well for me. You have
the what's the thing? I haven't gotten this yet. Somebody mentioned it just at work to me. The third melee.
I have not gotten that yet.
What, you haven't gotten that? How long did I wait to give you this? The thing with the ball and chain at the end? Don't you have that? You don't have that?
Oh no, the flail.
The flail.
No,
yes.
that's number 2.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. I have not gotten the flail yet, but I keep hearing about it, and I kind of want it.
You'll get it pretty soon. It's pretty good. It's just an enhanced version of like the standard melee attack. It just has a higher recharge time and does more damage.
Okay.
But you can balance that out by just effectively figuring out how to manage your melee meter and all that.
What?
But it's
wait, Crispy, you're freaking me out.
I'm sorry. Completely. I just forgot what. Never mind. Please keep going.
Sorry, I thought you made it sound like you.
It has nothing to do with the podcast.
Stopped.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, it has nothing to do with the podcast.
There's some hungry dog somewhere, probably.
I'm sorry.
You were supposed to work today.
No, I'm playing Magic the Gathering.
Oh.
Right now?
I fucked up. Yeah, and I fucked up.
Oh,
this motherfucker.
I'm sorry, I didn't care about Doom. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Your roguelike deck builders and your card
trash
games.
Man, okay? I had a card that I played that became a copy of another creature, but that creature was legendary, so then I had to pick one of the two, which was already bad, and then I picked the wrong one, and I'm just a fucking idiot, and I'm
While Carl says you deserve to
playing
suffer.
Magic the Gathering.
I really derailed
really
this
done
discussion.
goofed.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So Doom, pretty good, huh?
It's gotten a lot better. They started introducing the open world levels. Like the one with the siege of the city. You just go out beyond the walls and you just have this vast area to explore with optional side stuff you can do.
So there are open areas. 'Cause
Yes.
So far for me, I'm like 8 missions in, and it feels like it's been pretty linear. But
Well, it does.
I did just
feel
do the
like
level
that.
with the dragon where you're like flying around, which was pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah, well, that was just like the introductory level to the
Yeah.
proper Dragon experience. But no, they eventually they continue to escalate like the size of these levels and the things you can do. And a lot there's a lot of like little mini optional content you can do outside the primary objectives that don't really contribute to much of anything except like some character upgrades. It doesn't matter narratively.
Are they
not that it matters
worthwhile
in a Doom
character
game.
upgrades?
It doesn't matter narratively. Then what's the point?
They add up. I mean, so they have this
You're
character
using
leveling
Brad
system.
Trigger words again.
They have this character leveling system where you're focused on collecting gold and rubies, and there's even a super rare that has tougher encounters to get.
You know what this game does that I found myself thinking it the other day when I was like exploring and finding secrets, and I was like, I found this like hidden path that took me to this thing, and I grabbed it and I picked it up. I was like, cool, I found a thing. And I was like, I can't remember the last time I played a game where it's like I explored and was rewarded with something, and then I found myself thinking, but what is it? Like why do I feel this sense of accomplishment for this? What is this
emotion
thing
I'm feeling?
And it turns out to be like a codex page or like a toy that the Slayer always collects.
Yeah, I mean, like half the toys look the same to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just I get more satisfaction out of just finding the hidden thing, even though I couldn't give a shit about what the hidden thing itself is.
It's like what happens when you play too much Starfield.
So like, you're like playing Expedition 33, you're like, oh cool, new Pictos. I definitely don't want to go in my menu and like fuck with any of those, but I'm excited I found it, I guess.
That dopamine hit was pretty cool.
Hey, I feel like I'm catching strays again.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Oh, they're not.
They don't want to talk about
strays.
Doom. They want to talk about their fucking deck builders.
You were just making fun of your Expedition 33 damage.
Well, he'll get there. He will figure out the combination to get.
I did over a million
He
damage
won't,
once.
He won't, because that's menu stuff, dude.
I did over a million
figure it
damage
out.
once.
He'll watch a build video where he'll
You
read
don't need to
forum
watch a
post.
build video. It's just math. You just go in there and like pick the ones that say more damage.
Yeah,
Of course.
Ooh, more damage.
Okay.
But in
Sorry, I didn't mean
this
to derail this
game
conversation
about
so
fighting
spectacularly.
demons and in a metal ass fucking soundtrack, I'm just having a ton of fun with it. I got to the point where they introduced the new version of the Revenant, and the Revenant has always been like my favorite Doom enemy, and he's so remarkably different now, but in such kind of a cool way that complements like the whole parrying system and kind of balances out like a distance enemy to fight against a lot of
Which one is the
new
Revenant?
melee class enemies, huh?
The skeleton
is
with
the
the rocket launcher.
The skeleton with the rocket launchers, yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Absolutely absurd fucking design. Fucking great. Love it.
Well, yeah, it's Doom. They should all be absurd to some extent. You know. Speaking of absurd, I'm just gonna be honest, and I am enjoying this game a lot, but I find myself really missing the glory kills.
So
Like,
I have been encountering more of them. They're just more context sensitive now. They're for specific scenarios, like a
but
shield charge or something like that, where you get that glory kill animation. It's just not like that elaborate system where you look at a limb and you kill him with the limb or yada yada yada.
Yeah, I know. I spend so much time in this game just ramming my shield into enemies and watching them explode, which is cool.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, that's cool. But then I just kind of wish I was doing something. It's just I'm doing it so much that I feel like, like everyone talked about the glory kills and like Eternal and everything being too repetitive because you're basically locking yourself into like the animation every time you do it.
There were certain people that were saying that.
I mean, some people. I'm saying I've heard that comment more than once, and I felt that to an extent too, especially after you play the game for like 20 hours, and I feel like I'm at the very end. I've watched this like dude rip this guy's arm off and beat him to death like 100 times or more. It does get a little repetitive, but now it's getting repetitive where I'm just like every other thing I'm doing in this game is like jumping in the air and then like zooming to them with my shield and blowing up a bunch of dudes with my shield. Which is, like I said, neat, but
I think it's more just about knocking back green shit. Because the footage from this week and last week is just
there's a lot of it. You do a lot.
They do that. They do that.
But it seems so like, what's the lore reason there? Why are one of those shields green? No, I'm serious.
No, that's
that dude. The enemy shooting shields at you. And one of them is green, and you can knock back the green one. Do they?
I mean, it just ties into the color coding system they had in Doom Eternal, to where enemy projectiles and certain things that are color coded correspond to certain weapons. As
one, I didn't play Eternal, and two, I'm asking you for a story reason. Really. Is there a story reason?
Don't fall for this trick, Chris.
Dude, if anybody knows the lore of this shit, it's him.
There's Brad, of course, there's no fucking lore.
It's a gameplay mechanic. It's not a lore piece.
Why? Just let it go, Brad. Let it go.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a bad video game. Is what you're telling me.
Fucking hate you so much. So yeah, the encounters
cares about this stuff. Nick is the one who wouldn't even like teleport walk in Half-Life Alyx because it broke his fucking immersion. I just wanted to know if there was like a reason for the green shit.
No, but there's not. It's a gameplay mechanic.
They could have come up with a reason.
They probably could have. Yeah, it works just fine on its own without a narrative.
Argent energy.
There you go.
Sure, we'll go with Argent Energy. That's great. Yeah,
I think
because the whole lore and narrative of the Doom universe at this point it's about Argent Energy.
But isn't this like way in the past?
Yeah. This is like
they had Argent Energy in the past.
Yeah.
But isn't Argent like a company? Or am I crazy?
No, Argent Energy is the energy that basically is harvested from souls.
And it's converted. It's hell energy.
It's hell energy.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, never mind then.
Yeah.
Disregard.
When they were like, we've found hell and they have oil. The oil they were talking about.
Yeah, that was it. Basically, that's it.
Argent energy.
That's the answer right there. It's oil. But the enemy encounters are getting more diverse as the game goes on. I'm kind of surprised. Like, don't take this the wrong way, Brad. But I'm kind of surprised that like they're starting to have a little bit more fun with the optional encounters. There's some moments, especially one particular instance, that reminded me of Tricks and Traps. If you remember that level.
Tricks and Traps. What is that?
That was just like that was a puzzle level in the original Doom, where you had a bunch of different scenarios. Like there was, I came across one room and it was
this saying something about me, and I'm confused.
Well, I thought you would read too much into me saying Tricks and Traps.
Oh, okay. You're saying because I've gotten on you about calling this classic Doom. Okay, never mind.
Yes,
continue. I gotcha.
Yeah, but it's just the levels are getting more fun. I don't want to spoil Chapter 14, but it's really fucking cool. I won't.
Now I have to look up Chapter 14.
Yeah, Brad has to look it up because he will never touch this game. It's so strange. Like, I do find it.
Like, Doom 2016 was on my top 10 list.
So yeah. I know it's just.
Then you didn't play Eternal, and I don't know why.
Which is why I find out that you skipped the last two.
He actually likes it, I think. I don't know. Look, bad timing, dude. I'm an RPG guy. Like, I'll play Doom if I have time. I don't have time. In 2016, I had no children. Okay, I'm more choosy about the games I play. So instead of dabbling in things that maybe y'all like, I play the things I know I'll like fucking RPGs and roguelike deck builders and shit.
Why does Brad get to do that without being chastised?
Literally, any human can do that.
Yeah, but you
just have to be honest.
I am honest. I want to play Assassin's Creed. I want to play Assassin's Creed Shadows. Damn it!
So you have played it.
I want to play more of it.
So
Damn
play
it.
more.
I've got
You
kids.
don't have children. Don't
I
have
got
children.
kids.
Secret
kids.
children.
Just because they're in a dog body or a cat body doesn't make them not kids.
Exactly.
that's
Exactly.
My animals' lives are worth just as much as your children's.
I like
Damn.
that.
I mean, anyways.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've been
I'm gonna
derailed
post
18
a-
times. Just saying this
Sorry.
this is really good. I want y'all to Nick, I want you to progress more in this, and I'd like us to have a
I'm gonna
little discussion.
dive right back into this after I finish Clair Obscure, and I actually got a new pair of headphones with like spatial audio and stuff that I've been using. So I feel like this is gonna be a pretty good game to kind of like
Turn up the bass, man.
test that a little bit.
The amount of like character enhancements to the sound that goes on with the Slayer, like he sounds so much more menacing now. Like besides the fact that like when he lands on the after like jumping 5 feet, he basically does this giant stomp that actually kills all the mob enemies immediately around him.
Sometimes I feel like I'm jumping into like I know they do this intentionally because it's like here that you could see like down below is like a big group of enemies and they want you to jump into it and kill everybody. But I'm like jumping down, prepared to like pull out my guns and start fighting. And I land and then I look around and everyone's dead. And I'm like, oh, okay, well that's done. Moving on. It's cool. It's cool. But I feel like I just sacrificed what could have been a pretty cool like firefight too. But hey, they want you to feel powerful and you do feel powerful. That's always nice.
Yeah.
Brad, you know what? In the interest of being honest, this feels like what could be a number 10 that gets pushed off my list. Unfortunately,
I don't even think it'll make it. Yeah.
Doom was on my Doom 2016 was on my top 10.
Where was Eternal?
I don't think it was on my top 10 that year.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was a good year. Better.
that was a
year
really
than
fucking
Doom
good year.
Eternal.
It was a very good year, and Doom 2016 was just so. It was. I think it was special. It was especially good because it was just like, hey, I mean, you remember when you kept saying Doom is back, baby, and it was like we played it and was like, yeah, Doom is back. This is pretty fucking cool. I like this.
They've come a long
that was
way.
just-
You gotta admit, like maybe I don't have time to play Doom Eternal. I did rent it from GameFly. I just was like, I don't have time, and sometimes I have to send games back. I have to make choices, but like they've come a long way. There was a time where id and Doom was in a bad place, and especially after Doom 3 is divisive, right? But like they were making shit after Doom 3 that was kind of no good.
They made Rage.
You know.
I mean,
I forgot about Rage.
Rage. There was fucking Quake 4, although that was
Raven.
Raven, right? But I'm saying like their franchises were kind of in the pits for a while. I feel like, and
But
like
for our
really brought Doom
conversation-
back in a big way. Although I think I saw some articles saying that it was kind of a bit of a flop, or like I don't know, people weren't popping up for this one.
For this one,
Doom?
I think that's kind of more people trying to make it into a flop. I think it's just haters being haters.
Haters being haters.
The one thing I think that's the real positive direction with this game is that it has basically given up on trying to make a adversarial multiplayer experience.
Dude,
that I
only
think it's for the
6,000
best.
people playing Doom: The Dark Ages on Steam.
But everybody's playing on Game Pass, probably.
Yeah,
that's a myth. Dude, there's 13,000 people playing Tainted Grail: Fall of Avalon, Nick. That's like over twice as much as Doom.
I did see a thing today that said Doom: The Dark Ages hasn't even broken 1 million sales.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't pull it out of my ass.
I didn't say you pulled it out of your ass. Hey, look, after our conversation last week where we kind of briefly touched on Doom 3, it made me really want to go back and play Doom 3. Remind me which version of Doom 3 is the one? Is it the vanilla or the BFG version?
The vanilla. If you had the BFG, they removed the flashlight mechanic.
Okay.
And they also relit the entire game. They also upped the enemy count, so and it's less like damaging to you. So it's not really like a survival horror experience anymore.
You trying to play Doom 3?
No, I'm just like I'm looking to see if it's like Steam Deck compatible or whatever. I was like, this might be a cool game
Doom
to go back
3
and
is
revisit.
Nick Slop. Of course you want to play Doom 3.
No, it's the most like it's like the most it was first of all it was my first Doom game and it's like the most different, like it's the one that stands out as like the weird one, I guess, now by modern standards of Doom. So I don't know. It was
famously disappointing.
I mean, I really liked it, but like I also went into it not knowing much of anything about what to expect from a Doom game.
Yeah,
So
the stuff that like Doom 2016 is not classic Doom. It's just not. But like the kind of things that like people were mad was missing from like Doom 3 back when Doom 3 came out is the stuff that like they were trying to like correct with Doom 2016. You know what I mean? Even though but whatever. Whatever. It lost the horror like classic Doom 3 was a horror game. Classic Doom was a first person shooter, but it felt like a horror game also because, you know, games back then just sort of felt like that. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but like, you know, it's, I mean,
there was also
to get a little out there, but
yeah, there was also like the canceled Doom 4, which was trying to be like
Call of Duty.
Yeah, basically. And that was the exact wrong direction.
Well, I think I do think they found the right formula for like modern day Doom. And I mean,
did they? Because everyone, I appreciate that the Doom team is doing new things every time a new Doom game comes out, but like they're losing because they're taking chances on things. Like they're losing people. Eternal lost people, and now this one's losing people, and that might be why it's not selling as well, because, you know, like they're making Doom games for different kinds of people, I think.
I mean, that's probably true, but also at some point I feel like it also has to just be with timing is a big part of it too. I'm not necessarily saying this game came out at the wrong time, but you know, I do feel like
Expedition 33 was a phenomenon, and that one definitely.
I mean, I think this came out. Yeah, I think Clair Obscur came out around the same time.
Was on Game Pass.
Yeah, both games came out on Game Pass around the same time, and one happened to be like just this huge unexpected success, which probably just diverted a lot of people's attention. I feel like Doom: The Dark Ages will probably sell fine in the end. It's just going to be over a longer period of time, which is a metric that maybe studios don't like to see, obviously, because they want to get as many sales as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
But, you know, what they've made here is not bad. I enjoy it. I just,
good.
You know, there's a lot of stuff. 2025 is crazy year. Crazy year. I can already tell.
A lot better.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, there's twice as many people playing Monster Train 2 right now. Booyah.
Shit.
And that's also on Game Pass, so I don't want to fucking hear it.
Hey, before we
I think
wrap up, do you want to say anything new about Clair Obscur? Does anybody want to say anything about Clair Obscur?
No, I haven't played it in the past since we were just podcasting last Thursday, so.
Are really
that's right. Mimes?
Yeah, there's fucking mimes.
Yeah. In fact, I've been hunting all the mimes.
The first enemy you can encounter in the game is a mime,
and it will whoop your ass.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's
fucking great.
You'll like it.
I'm a francophobe.
You'll like it.
Are you scared of mimes?
No, but like it's almost like making
French
fun
people.
of the French with this shit. It's almost
that's what I'm saying. Like what?
They're making fun of
is,
themselves.
Like you guys named the channel Final Fantasy Francois or Francais, and it's like, is that like, did the designers of this game write that on a fucking whiteboard when they were like, "What is this game we're making?"
I don't know.
Final Fantasy.
There is
in France.
You will like this game, Crispy, and you're being a bit of a bitch.
I am being a bit of a bitch, and that's my right, Bradley.
Dude, there's this big fucking like inflatable god maybe called Eskia, and he's just your homie.
And he's like character of the year, baby.
And like,
character of the year.
And there's like a Persona style like relationship system, kind of. Well, not really, but you know, you build bonds, and like everyone in your party, they just like go hug the guy, and he's like, bring it in, and like everyone loves. They cuddle with him, and he's the coolest character.
He's your best buddy,
dude. You have to play this game.
So Robin hasn't been like paying close attention to what I'm playing, whatever. So she hasn't really been seeing a lot of the game. She just kind of comes in and out, right? And yesterday, or the other day, she came into my room while I was playing, and she was standing behind me. I didn't realize she was behind me, and it was when I went out into the open world, and I jumped onto SKA because he's like your sorry, minor spoiler alert. SKA is kind of like your airship, right? You can get on him and fly him around the world. But he's just this
flaps
big
his arms and everything.
He's this like big balloon guy that kind of like flaps his arms, and I kind of just felt Robin's presence behind me, and I kind of like turned around, and she was just like jaw open, like that's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, you should hear him. And I like gave her the headphones and like made him make the noise
in
the sky.
French. He speaks in a French accent, but in English, and he's the only one who does it in this French game. It's so good.
I didn't realize this.
Crispy, it's on Game Pass. What?
I finally.
I know. But like time passes. There, like, do I have more?
Do it. You won't regret it. Look, I finally made it to Act 3 after forever, and I didn't realize this because we all talked about Act 3 being this like big thing. I didn't realize Act 3 is basically just, hey, go fight the final boss. But before you do that, here you can kind of just explore the world and find everything. So I've spent like
I regret it though
20 hours just like exploring the world and not really
I regret it though. Because like remember when you were like fighting Renoir, right? And like like an earlier part of the story, and it's like, oh shit, like this is like a hard boss fight, like a big deal boss fight. The music is going crazy, and you're like, oh shit, can I do it?
Is that
like
what you're saying?
now I'm just a god, and like it's gonna make the end of the story like completely trivial when I should be like feeling things probably like in the final fights, and that's a bit of a bummer. And I noticed that, but I just kept going anyways because I was like,
it's hard to stop, man.
I was just gonna like nerf myself, maybe like, oh, I'll just use the characters I never used, like Monaco and or Monaco and
CL.
Well,
no,
if you want to do, if you
want, I don't use the dudes, right? But then I was like, well, maybe I'll just use Monaco because I need to learn some of his abilities. And like even he's like a fucking godlike motherfucker. Like everyone is so good in this game. I shit myself when I saw the damage he could do. It was crazy.
There's a simple solution to this, Brad. Just turn off painted power. You turn that off, and boom, you're good.
That's true. That is true. Because then it limits you to 9,999 damage.
The final boss without painted power?
100%.
What is?
Oh, really?
Painted power.
I watched Maximilian do it.
Recommendation, like a Reddit recommendation. But here's the thing.
Wait.
On turn one, by the time the enemy can go in my combats, every single party member has 9 shields. And every time it's Mael's turn, I double their shields.
That's great.
It's fucked up.
Here's the thing. You've done it to yourself. This is what you get for being a menu bitch. Like,
first of all, First of all, you dumb scrub, you'll never beat the super boss, so I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Either of the super bosses.
Is that like Emerald Weapon?
Well, there's one who's harder than all. Simon. You'll never beat Simon.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong.
Okay. Consider it done.
You should stream trying Simon just once.
No, I will just come back to you next week and tell you I beat him, even though
I did one shot the first phase of Simon, not knowing what else Simon could do, and I was so wrong.
Yeah, like the first phase, I was like, okay, all right, I see they're doing something manageable here. Oh, he has a phase 2. Oh God. Oh yeah. No.
Yeah, there's nothing in the game close to that fight.
No, there's not.
Wonderful. I probably won't be doing that.
It's worth YouTubing, I will say.
Okay, that's
fine. It's fucking epic, dude. These guys are obsessed with Dark Souls, and I love it. I love it so much. Crispy, you motherfucker.
Okay.
Start tonight. Fucking Warframe, Magic the Gathering. Listen. Stop it.
I'm gonna play Monster Train.
The reward for beating Simon is just a tribute to every single Souls game ever.
Okay, now I have to do it. Okay, god damn it. Okay, look. All I wanted to say was that I've now played a fuck ton of Clair Obscur, and I'm in love with it. I love this game. It's very, very good. It's no Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, but it's good. It's fucking good.
Zeros
And,
guys in chat says Crisquier, and I'm like, yes.
Crisquier.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Esquier?
I don't-
Crisquier?
Who's Esquier?
Esquier is
the
the
god.
dude.
Oh, the guy that you ride.
Yeah.
The guy that
It's a
loves
big
rocks.
balloon.
You're gonna love that, buddy.
Yeah.
He loves rocks.
He does, and he loves his friend Francois.
Francois. Okay, we can move on. Clair Obscur is pretty damn good though. All right.
I would like to talk to Crispy about it. This is a challenge to him to stop being a little punk.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. Let me just turn that off.
He was born a punk.
Just flip off that
It's
switch.
in my
Mohawk
fucking
out the
blood,
womb.
you bitch.
All right. What do you say we wrap up this episode with the 4-player minute? Shall we?
Fuck.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Oh,
Crispy.
he's not ready again. Oh, what is with it? It's like 3 weeks in a row now. You basically
3 weeks in a
basically-
row. Try like 3,000 weeks in a row.
3
No,
goddamn
you're always
years.
prepared, Brad. You're like the most prepared 4-player minute person in the world, but not
I
the
used
past
to
3
be,
weeks.
man. Different time.
What kids will do to you. All right,
Yep.
Chris Davis, what's your 4-player minute?
My 4-player minute. Well, it was to first thank you for coming to my housewarming party. That was very nice of you.
I saw the grandfather clock,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I've been in the room that he's sitting in.
Mm-hmm.
I can confirm.
Literally, he's sitting at the worst angle of his room.
He is sitting at the worst
Probably.
angle because if you look at it from the other angle, it's a much more interesting room.
That's
But it's
pretty
also
cool.
like the only decent position for the desk.
Jaeger
Yeah,
did
a weird
notice something
position for
very
the desk.
disturbing about this room, though, and I didn't notice it when I was standing there yesterday in person.
Oh,
Chris
come
Davis
on.
has 2 computer monitors side by side, obviously. One
Yeah.
is black and one is silver.
Nice.
I see no issue with this. That
Yeah.
what the fuck
It
does
doesn't
a metal
like-
mean?
It
Gordon
doesn't like
Schlansky would be rolling in his grave. Okay.
Okay.
Like
We surround ourselves with the products that define our life. You know. And
it was a
Yeah.
good monitor that was not available with a black bezel. Who the fuck
I think-
cares?
I think Chris Davis's camera should be placed behind him.
And
So
all we
like
can
we're
see is-
looking
Dude,
looking
why
at the
not?
back of him at his computer like he's the banker in Deal or No Deal.
Can you
Like,
grab
I
your
think-
camera and flip it around right now?
I think that would
so
be
we can see
sick.
what
I
you're
mean,
looking
I
at?
can-
Because it's
I
crazy.
can show you. It's in my
Maybe we should-
alcove. I'll show you.
Wait. Let's do this after the show.
Okay.
Oh,
We're
all right,
recording.
okay, fine.
We're recording.
Okay. Well,
Sorry, I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but we are recording.
No, you're
Sorry,
good.
Chris Davis. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for
It was
having
fun.
me, or thank you for coming. I'm
You-
sorry. I hope the weather didn't actually fuck y'all over.
We managed to beat. It
that was
home.
rough. That was
Yeah, it
wild.
was, dude. I had to like jump up last night and go outside and look because I thought like lightning struck our neighbor's house. It's like it shook the whole neighborhood. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, we
Well,
we got 3 inches down here.
That's what she said. Sorry.
That's what
No,
she
that's what he
lamented. is
said.
what
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, we got.
That's not what she
3
said to
inches
me,
down here.
Nick. Maybe she said that to you.
Oh,
he just walked
We
away.
got
in disappointment.
a respectable 3-incher. A gentleman's 5.
But I have my next like month and a half of games planned out. As soon as I finish Doom, I'm going to move on to Deliver at All Costs. Then I'm going to work on Star Wars Outlaws.
I'm going back to that soon myself.
Well, they just came out with the second expansion, so
Yeah.
and I got the game with the gold edition with the season pass for like $30. So I was like, okay, yeah, sure.
Nice.
I hate to be that guy, but like,
Here
bro,
we
what
go.
about Mario Kart?
I'm not interested in Mario Kart. I
Right
bought
now,
it.
I'm just
I only bought it
now, I'm
because
just-
that was how I got a Switch too.
Wait,
Okay,
you bought the
don't-
bundle and you don't even want Mario Kart? You know who wants Mario Kart? My family. You want to swap? You want to swap? Because I don't have Mario Kart.
No, it did
Can I
not.
have Mario?
I did not get the bundle.
Can I have
Oh,
Mario
oh.
Kart?
I got the
I'm
physical
game playing
copy
Mario
separate.
Kart.
Wait, you bought the Switch non-bundle and then bought Mario Kart separately?
It was
But
a
you don't even
it was a
want-
bundle with the cart for Mario Kart, as well as the Switch 2 versions of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay. Hey, I will buy Mario Kart from you for $70 US.
I'll pay 60.
Wow. Wow.
I ain't
fuck these
paying
guys.
that fucking Nintendo tax.
I'll give
Well-
you $40 for it.
Well, if I'm going to be selling my other Switch 2 to Crispy, like he needs something to play on it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's true.
Yeah.
And
You're
you like
buying
me
his
more
Switch
than you
too?
do, Brad.
Well, that's certainly true. He probably would sell it to you for cheaper than he would sell it to me for, which is kind of weird, but whatever.
I think it's only
We put
fair
up
that
with
the
it.
Nintendo video game go to the adult who will appreciate it instead of the children.
Henry plays Mario Kart fucking Deluxe like all the time.
He can continue playing Mario Kart Deluxe.
Wow. He sounds like
was-
fucking sounds like
Sounds like his
Randy
deadbeat
Pitchford over
dad
there,
should
or-
buy
or,
it for him.
yeah, sounds like Don Matrick over there.
You'll find a way, Brad. You will.
Oh God, way to come full.
You'll
full
make it
circle on
happen,
that one.
Brad. You'll make it happen.
If you're a
I
real
call this
fan.
I
If
should
you're a
call
real
this the
fan.
Randy Pitchford's a douche show.
You gotta no, you can't because I've only got 100 characters on YouTube. You can't do that.
Okay, fine. I won't do that. Anything else you want to? Sorry, we cut you off in the middle. What else you got? What else you got coming down the pike here that you're gonna be playing?
After Star Wars Outlaws, definitely Donkey Kong. I've got a few of the things that I haven't told you all about that I'll talk about eventually.
Ooh, I like when you keep them a secret.
Yeah. All right. Brad, are you ready yet?
Yeah.
Can I just say, last week when I was editing the show, I noticed it doesn't happen very often because I'm not paying super close attention to like the timing on the 4-player minute. But guys, our 4-player minute last week was 27 minutes.
4-player minutes.
Yeah, we always do it like that.
I know.
It's a bit. It's a meme.
I don't
It
even
was
think
never.
60
It
minutes
was literally
is...
never a minute long.
But
It was
27
born this
seemed-
way.
Okay, sorry, Brad. Hit us with your final thoughts.
Circle
And your
back.
best shot.
Oh my God, Crispy, hit us with your final
Give it to me.
thoughts.
Hey, so the Bungie marathon situation might have gotten just a little smidgen worse.
Oh shit! Could that be
mm.
possible?
Well, okay, so I guess not, but there's a lot of people reporting that they think that.
It's
I
gonna be
mean,
delayed,
there was
right?
already people reporting that they think it's going to be delayed, but people now are like fucking absolutely certain it's going to be delayed because Sony announced that they were canceling the marketing budget for the game in certain markets. It sounds like they are no longer like even going to be advertising the game overseas, like in other overseas markets. I don't think that means everyone's saying like, oh, this is it, they're canceling Marathon. I don't think they are. I think it's still. I think they are still dead set on September.
I think I honestly feel like this could be another Suicide Squad situation where they delay it 6 months to a year, try to fix some things, but at the end of the day, like,
I don't know.
you got to put it out.
I mean, the Suicide Squad situation was dumb because it's not a great game. It's not a lot of fun. I mean, it is a lot of fun, actually. That was kind of the sad part, is that like the gameplay was really kind of cool. But like the Suicide Squad thing was so much more of like, I don't know, like the cultural backlash, I think, was more of a component to that. Like people were just like mad that Harley Quinn, killed Batman and that like this Justice League were bad guy. Like they were just mad about woke and dumb shit, like this. That's not really a component, Nobody is like
Everything here
saying,
seems to be
we're
legit.
boycotting this game because it's too woke. Everyone's just going like, "Oh my god, this game is disintegrating in front of our faces from like a technical like business level," you know? Um
Like the
I don't
the
know,
the
man.
millions that they're gonna have to spend to redo all that
I don't
art.
know. Well, I don't know what the plan is. I don't know that they're I don't know like I don't think they're changing the art style. Like I don't think there's
I
going
don't
to
think they
be
can.
No, they can't. I don't think there's going to be like a huge graphic overhaul of like what the game looks like. I think it's going to be a lot of like scrubbing textures. Um
That's a lot of textures to work on. Man.
Identifying the things they can't use and actually having
Yeah.
and rebuilding them.
carrying out a full audit of like every art asset in the game and then also like trying to restructure your organization to prevent things like this from happening again, as in again for like the fourth time. Like
Yeah.
eh.
There's an issue somewhere that needs to be resolved, but
I mean-
it's
Well,
gonna be
we also knew for a while now that like Bungie leadership has their foot out the door already, and we're probably waiting for Marathon, and that might be part of the reason why they're not delaying it is because these guys want to get their payoff and get the fuck out.
Oh yeah, like all the Bungie leadership
I think
has
we're
has
looking
left.
at a fire sale. Yeah, we're looking at a fire sale. Like this is a cut and run for anyone who can afford to, and you know it. I don't know, man. It's so rough.
At the end of the day, like they can delay this all they want, but the thing I cannot reconcile, and this ties into the whole Concord thing, is that they've made an extraction shooter, a game, an experience that is largely based around character customization and builds and things like that, for a hero shooter design. And artistically, it kind of works, but the player experience isn't going to reflect that. It's not going to be worth playing, I don't think. I don't see how you reconcile this.
maybe
I don't even. I mean, like I don't know. That's not. I don't know that that's really the thing. Like it's a hero
No,
shooter.
it's one of many things.
Well, I mean,
but that's an inscrutable
there's
item.
There's so much there that is like well made and like good. Like the gunplay, firing a gun in that game is good. It's good in the way it's good in Destiny and the way it was in Halo. But like maybe even a couple of aspects of it is like oh yeah, that's what a shooter should feel like, you know? But it's the same thing with Suicide Squad where it's like it's in this like weird service game that like is crumbling around it, you know? I don't know. Like I'm genuinely crestfallen by this whole situation. It is so sad. It is so sad, and it's especially sad because I know that like this is like this building, this tree can't fall over without like also like knocking into Destiny and like hurting that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't care, you know, some people think that game's stupid. You know, it's the same thing with like The Division where you're like, still making content for that game? Like, okay, whatever. It's a 10-year-old game.
Yeah.
It's still good. They still got juice. They've been put like the last expansion was on my top 10 list of last year. I broke the rules to put it on there because it was good. Because it was sick, you know?
Sick as hell.
And like, you know, the whole Destiny community is like, well, they should have just been using all these resources to make a Destiny 3. This whole time they should have been working on Destiny 3. I was so like, that's stupid. You know, I don't like that line of reasoning. And I'm there. I'm there now. Now I feel like, yeah, okay, if this is what this was, like imagining what a Destiny 3 would have been like. I'm almost excited about Destiny Rising just because it's somebody else doing something Destiny, you know, that isn't Bungie. Like, I don't know.
What's Destiny Rising?
That's the Tencent mobile Destiny hero shooter.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Fascinating.
Mobile, I don't think it's going to be exclusively mobile. I don't know. It is designed for mobile. It's being developed by Tencent. But it's like, I don't know, it's something else. Like, they've canceled like 4 different like Destiny projects that weren't even like Destiny 3. You know, they
Yeah.
had all these different ideas for expanding that universe, which I think is fucking sick. I think the
There
ultimate
was-
irony is that like if you checked out of Destiny in 2016 and were like, it looks cool and it plays fun, but like the story doesn't make any, like there's no story and it's just has no lore. Like they have the opposite problem now. Like the lore is so good and the game is like not keeping up, you know, like.
At
I
one
don't know.
point, wasn't there like a Cade 6 game they were thinking about making? Something like that?
There's a
Oh, what?
few. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. And there was another thing too called Project Gummy Bears, I think, that is another incubation project that Bungie was working on that Sony went in and were like, this is cool, and then cut that team out of Bungie and just like made them their own studio. So
What studio?
I don't remember what they called them now, but they haven't actually released anything.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, look up Bungie Project Gummy Bears. Or Project Payback,
that's
I
a
think
fun-
was. I don't
that's
know.
a fun
Whatever. It
project
doesn't
name.
fucking matter. It's just like, okay,
Big
I
ol'
don't know.
mess.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, we're getting a lot of great things this year, and it just kind of sucks that like
Arc Raiders.
Shut the fuck up.
Leave it to Brad.
Fucking
Leave
bitch.
it to
I
fucking
wish
Brad.
I tried to get into the Arc Raiders beta. They didn't let me in. I want to try it. I want to play
I want
it.
to as well.
But like
They didn't
but-
want either, you plebes.
yeah, I guess they're like, ugh, whatever. Like, fucking marathon refugees. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it sucks that this is the game that should be sacrificed on the altar of karma. I know you guys probably don't think that. I'm sure a lot of people are just kind of
I wish
like
no ill will against it. I hope
laughing, like kind of, oh well, I'm above that.
It's just not my genre.
oh,
Hey, dude,
marathon is
I-
failing. Oh dear. Like, okay, whatever.
No,
don't
I
care.
owe a lot to Destiny because people being mad at Destiny after or burning. What was the vibe of Destiny 2 at launch? I just remember like the following January, Monster Hunter World came out. And it was the first Monster Hunter that really blew up worldwide. And I noticed a lot of Destiny like content creators ran from Destiny to Monster Hunter World. And I think that was helpful in Monster Hunter blowing up for the first time.
I remember that happening, and I will say a lot of those guys are still Destiny guys. But
yeah, of course. But they were just doing it for the clicks.
yeah, Destiny 2 had a lot of problems at launch. It did the same kind of arc that Destiny 1 did, where it's like the first couple updates were like not it, and then the like third or fourth update, which in Destiny 2's case was Forsaken, was like the one where like everything was pretty up. And like the baseline had been like lifted after that, you know? Not that there weren't still disappointing expansions after Forsaken, but it just the situation was a lot better, you know? And the game has changed so much now. They've added so many systems. It's so much more like I don't know. It's just build crafting's like actually a thing now, which that wasn't the case when Destiny 2 came out, or it was a really like basic thing. It's I don't know. I just
Okay, so
Speaking of
I found it.
games-
It's they're called Team LFG. That's working on Gummy Bears.
yeah.
And according to Bungie marketing, this is just insane. Quote: One of our favorite incubation projects is a team-based action game inspired by several genres in a brand new science fantasy universe. It draws inspiration from fighting games, platformers, MOBAs, life sims, and frog-typed games, wrapped up in a lighthearted comedic world. What the fuck were those two sentences?
Oh, I forgot about the frog type thing. Yeah, and then a lot of people were like, "It's Battletoads." I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what Gummy Bears is, but I don't know. Fingers crossed. Maybe it'll be cool. Who
Speaking
knows?
of cool things, I'm ready for my 4-player minute.
Go for
Starts now, bro. Few things I'm thinking about. Final thoughts. One, highly recommend people go over to MinMax and check out the new interview that Ben did with Hideki Kamiya. It was one of those rapid fire, like 69 questions for Kamiya.
I watched that today. It was really good.
There's some good juicy stuff in there. Some fun stuff, some juicy stuff.
Any juicy nuggets about Okami?
Well, yeah, they talked about Okami
very briefly.
And it's still extremely exciting, especially that he's just working with Capcom and he asked him like, "Are you interested in like working with Resident Evil again?" And he said no. And then he goes, "Well, what about Dino Crisis?" And he's like, "Yeah, I wouldn't mind a shot at Dino Crisis."
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. But he said a lot of things. It was just a good, fun interview. Highly recommend. Another thing, Monster Hunter, it's looking pretty. I saw some stuff today that got me excited for Monster Hunter, which I had not been. I've been kind of down on Monster Hunter, mostly because it seems like when a community is like not really rallying, there are times where Monster Hunter fans are really rallying for their game, right? And that's great. But this seems like one of those times where everyone's a little like, there's not much to do or whatever. And it's kind of bumming me out. I noticed that recently with like the last, with Zoshia and Arc Tempered Raydao, and like I go into like the squad lobby and there ain't nobody wants to play Monster Hunter with me, is what I'm saying. Did you see the sick ass fucking scarf you can unlock, Crispy?
No.
You need to get that, dude.
Is it
It's
sick?
like, dude, look at Monster Hunter Wild's fucking scarf. It's like the current event, and you get to hunt.
Oh, what?
You have to hunt. It's not a special hunt or anything, but it is your T-Rex boy.
Sealed
that I know
dragon cloth scarf. Oh,
Dude,
that
look
looks
at it,
sick.
Yeah. But anyways, there
Does
was
it
like a
just
letter from the
flap on its
director
own?
today, and the future of Monster Hunter this summer is very exciting. It looks really exciting. The Akuma stuff drops tomorrow, which is also exciting. We're gonna get harder hunts. We're gonna get cooler rewards. We're gonna get balance changes. They're even tweaking like the gun lance in a direction that's not just a nerf, but like is actually kind of exciting for like making all shelling types viable or whatnot. I don't know. I'm very excited and optimistic about the future of Monster Hunter. I think they're going to figure it out because of course they're going to figure it out. They
Are you
know
still
how to do
playing-
this shit.
Are you still playing Gen Ultimate at all?
I'm not just because,
Because I thought
time.
about it.
All these roguelike deck builders started coming out. Don't worry. I mean, that game is there forever and I'll get back to it. We'll get back to it, Crispy.
Endless well of content.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to have a Switch 2 soon. And sometimes all you need to want to play a game is like a fancy new device to play it on, and I'm sure Gen Ultimate works on the Switch too, right? So we'll see.
Probably, yeah, sure.
Know.
Right?
Yeah, I think most stuff. I mean, it's just backwards compatible, right? I just fucking download it. So I don't know. I'm excited. I just noticed that Crispy's on the side of that picture.
Yeah, I noticed that a few minutes ago as well. I was like, how did Crispy make it through and not get put on one of these people in the picture? And then I noticed his face.
The only thing that I'm like, I mean, I'm like Chris Davis. I was grilling him a little bit, but I also kind of don't love Mario Kart. It's mostly for my children. The thing is, I think there are high-profile indie games like Silk Song and Mina the Hollower and Hades 2 that everyone thinks is coming this fall, but they're being real quiet. And I think a lot of it has to do with like, do they have a Switch 2 dev kit? Like how long? Because there's no high-profile indie on the planet that wants to release their game not on a Switch 2 right now, because that was huge for that first couple of years for the Switch 1 was huge for indies, and I know they want to do it again. So I think that's why we haven't heard about some of those games, and I think we will soon. Hopefully, isn't there supposed to be like a Nintendo Direct that happens like right after the launch of the Switch?
That would be smart.
I'm hoping it's like an indie focused game because I want to see like, some of these indie devs are getting like development kits, and that's what I spend my time playing on my Switch just as much as like Nintendo games. That's, which, whatever. I have a Steam Deck for that now too, but, whatever.
Cool.
It's not as big and clunky as a Steam Deck. Well, this new one's pretty big. Anyways, yeah. Switch 2.
Cool.
What is that? That's next week, right?
First week of June. So yeah,
Yeah,
next week.
June 5th.
I'm
Next
still kind
Thursday.
of like I'm not necessarily. I guess I'll roll right into mine. I mean, I was going to mention the Switch 2 briefly, just in the sense that like it's coming out first week of June, and I'm not like while I'm confident I have it locked in, I'm also like not entirely confident that I'll get mine in the first week of June because there's a lot of talk about even if you got it pre-ordered, you may not get it on release day or release week or whatever. So, which whatever. It's like the launch title I'm getting obviously is Mario Kart. I'm not like
You get
tripping over myself.
Cyberpunk.
I'm not tripping over myself to play Mario Kart, but I am looking forward to playing it and obviously playing with new hardware. So that'll be cool. But I'm not
It's
going to lose
so
sleep
funny.
if I don't.
None of us care about Mario Kart. And that's the only.
I mean, I
news
wanted
that-
it primarily because I didn't want to have to be trying to secure a Switch 2 to play Metroid when it finally comes out. And and Donkey Kong looks really cool. So there are things I'm more excited about than Mario Kart World, but I'm also hoping that Mario Kart World kind of sweeps me off my feet. You never know. It could be really, really cool.
Mostly just excited for Henry.
Yeah.
Because he likes all those stuff.
I guess the only other thing I wanted to mention for my 4-player minute though is Saturday is Comic-Con in Brazil, and that means there's a Dexter panel, and very, very excited. We're going to get our first look at Dexter Resurrection on Saturday.
So much Dexter, dude.
Dude, I know. It's so awesome. Fuck. I'm so excited. I know it's great. You can't contain yourself. I can't contain myself.
I don't know if there's ever been anything that I've ever been interested where I've been so excited about there being like so much of it in such a short amount of time.
Why is Dexter getting the NCIS treatment?
Yeah,
or
the
MCU
look. Treatment.
Look, I'll tell you what's. I mean, the long and short of it is, the original.
Make as much money till people.
The original creative minds behind the series when it was first airing and was really popular, pieced out in the middle of it, and obviously led to a lot of like inconsistency in the series, and it's led people to feeling disappointed about the way it ended, and they wanted something more satisfying. Ultimately, it comes down to the original person responsible for the series when it was at its height is now back in the driver's seat and wanting to deliver a more satisfying ending. So it's kind of like a second chance for him taking a stab at giving the series a proper send-off. It just means there's more. And the prequel turned out to be really good. Everybody's really excited about the prequel, so it is what it is. And I'm obviously over the moon about it. I don't know what to tell you, Brad, other than it's really nice having something that you love so much that having this much of it makes you happy. That's all I can tell you.
I don't think I've ever experienced that.
I know that's sad because I'm living. I'm over the fucking moon. I'm literally living my best life between The Last of Us, Dexter, and Buffy. Right now, all of my favorite things.
King of the Hill's coming back.
All of my favorite things are literally coming back in big ways. And
everything is coming back.
Everything. Yeah, I know. And there's something to be said about that, but I do love these things, and I'm super excited. So yeah, been itching to
Crispy chooses the wrong card again.
That's fucked up. You can Yeah, whatever.
You fucker.
Man.
That's it. That's a wrap. Goodbye.
Guys, Dexter starts in less than
eat cereal, whatever the fuck he always says.
Oh my god, it's coming so soon. Guys, thanks for listening.
Hands.
Turn the page, wash your hands. Let me just say, because it's funny, I forgot that we actually recorded the show Thursday last week, so it's only been like 4 or 5 days since we recorded last. So, we're back on schedule now. So we'll see you next Tuesday for another episode. Maybe Brad might be COVID stricken. I don't know what's going on there. We'll do something next Tuesday. If it's not a podcast, we'll do something else. But one way or the other, we're back on track. We'll get back to doing these on Tuesday nights. So we thank you for listening, and if you're not in our Discord, we'd love to have you join us at discord.gg/4player. And of course, you can find all of our past episodes on your preferred podcast service or on 4playernetwork.com. But in the meantime, guys, be good to each other, play video games, and good night. Don't forget to upload your audio.
Episode 8.
8:36.
36. Ba-da-ba.
Export.
I didn't watch the latest episode of The Rehearsal. Anybody? Anybody?
I haven't yet.
I saw somebody post the other day. They were like, every time I watch an episode of The Rehearsal, I feel like I'm watching a crime being committed.
Yeah, multiple
like,
crimes.
That
What
checks
about The
out.
Last of Us? I didn't watch the ending of that yet. Was it kind of eh? I've been hearing maybe it was
I'd
kinda
say
eh.
it was a good episode. It's going to be a frustrating finale for a lot of people.
We're not at the finale yet?
No, it's the finale. I'm saying the finale was a good episode, maybe a bad finale.
Wow, what is it?
And I say that solely because thinking about the people who didn't play the game, so they don't really know what's going on or where it's going or why it's doing certain things that it's doing. And I mean they're basically more or less following the structure of the game and splitting it into seasons in the most logical places for this. But like that just means now people, like, if you were playing the game, you would hit that point in the story and then it would just keep going and you'd be like, okay, now I figured out what's happening, right? Now people are going to be waiting 3 years to find out what's going on.
I mean, surely
The Last
they're
of Us?
starting.
Are you talking about The Last of Us?
Yeah, The Last of Us.
Dude, I watched that clip of like how it ended, and I don't.
It's
know.
going to be
It's not
upsetting
good?
for.
Why did they do that? Though? Why did they do it like that? Why did they clip it like it was a fucking, like it was a, like Curb Your Enthusiasm meme?
They
Like,
literally did it.
It's funny. It's too funny.
Is there like a
Like,
freeze
What?
frame?
Funny?
Like,
I don't
yeah,
think it's
no,
funny.
it is. It absolutely is. That cut is like what you would do if you were cutting a comedy. Like,
I mean,
it,
I didn't get
it
that.
doesn't.
But
It doesn't track.
is it like
doesn't work.
Abby and Ellie like about to fight or something?
It's a cut to black it's a dramatic cut to black that is.
I mean, you should look it up. The first
gonna
thing I
watch
thought
it.
of was the
I've been
John
watching the show.
Barron. Oh, you saw it?
No,
No,
I've been
he
watching the
has-
show. I just haven't watched this episode.
Oh, the first thing I thought of was the John Barenthal meme. The wait, no, like it's
I've never seen that.
yeah, you have
No, I've seen the meme. I haven't seen the context.
the show. Yeah, yeah, I don't think the context, but yeah, I mean, you'll see it, and if it hits and you don't know what I'm talking about, then good for you. But I have a feeling.
Well, I think
you'll
I know
be
the
like,
scene that it's gonna end on, right? In the fucking theater, probably, right?
Yes, it's the scene
Yes.
that you probably
Yes.
expect it to end on.
Yes.
They do it literally, like. I don't want to. I feel like it's too soon to be just talking without regard for people who haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, of course not. Don't
They-
spoil
they-
it.
This
I'm
isn't
just
the
saying-
podcast.
I know. I'm just saying, but there are people in chat who maybe
They
haven't
can
watched it or planning
leave.
to. All I'm saying is, I was expecting them to make some pretty dramatic changes to the structure of the story because of the fact it's a TV show and there's going to be a long gap between seasons. And instead, it is actually very, very faithful to the way the story is told in the game. But because in the game, the story just continues, you don't really feel the impact as hard of like.
What I'm saying is there's a way to punch out of that scene that heightens the tension instead of diffusing.
I mean, it felt plenty tense to us when we were watching it.
I know, but you also know what's happening, and like
I mean,
I'm just
I think
saying,
that's
like,
yeah, I think that's the
what I'm
deciding
saying is,
factor,
like,
though.
you know it's supposed to be tense, so like it still has a little bit of tension to it, but like if someone like if someone hadn't played, I don't know, dude, it's Look, Nick, I don't wanna
I trust
invalidate your
Crispy on this one.
experience, but what I'm saying is the actual like montage editing vocabulary that like we all kind of intrinsically understand, even if we can't articulate it, exists. Like there are things that are funny and things that are serious and things that are sad and things that are, tense,
Right.
and the exact construction of that scene, if they had cut it even 10 seconds shorter, would have played better than it does. It just
I mean, I'll
would
go. I'll
have.
rewatch it. I mean,
Like
I'm just
it
saying I
like
didn't get any of that when I've only watched it once, so I'd have to go watch it again. I'm just saying I didn't get I didn't get comedy from that at all in the moment. I don't know what to tell you.
yeah,
I'll go
no, I
watch
mean
it again.
I know. And I'm not saying that it's bad per se. I'm saying I mean, it's really granular. It's a really like fiddly. Like I don't know if I would have made that choice. I don't know if I would have made this series of choices here, here, and here. But
Sure.
yeah, I don't know. It's just goofy. I mean, it's not the exact same problem, but I get the same kind of like, oh, I can see the editor, and that's not good. Feeling that you get watching that fucking Freddie Mercury movie, where they're just like cutting like so much, and you're like, okay, the montage is not blending in; it is now standing out. You know what I mean? And that's a problem.
Okay.
Oh, I started watching a new show. The new season of Poker Face continues to be good. Do y'all watch Poker Face?
I haven't watched it yet. That's an Apple
Y'all watch
TV
Poker Face?
show.
Crispy, please.
I don't have Apple TV.
It's
Me
not
either.
Apple TV.
What is it? I don't even know what I was asking if it was Apple TV.
Poker Face? I think that
Yeah.
is
I don't. Yeah.
Peacock. Maybe Peacock.
Oh,
Maybe.
no, I definitely don't watch this.
Yeah, but Peacock also has. What else did we just watch on Peacock? Well, it's where we watch Love After Lockup, of course. But yeah, Poker Face is a fun show if you've never seen it. I mean, come on, Tasha Leone, she's like a living goat,
Is she?
bitch. This sounds
I
like a
c-
motherfucker who doesn't watch Poker Face.
Yeah, I mean, probably. That probably is it.
I'm still not
Um,
done with Andor, so I'm working my way through Andor.
yeah, I finally started Andor. It is
This motherfucker
crazy.
finally started it. What took you so long? You're Mr.
Well,
Andor.
Dude, I watched an episode of Andor the
what
other
took
day that
me
gave me
that
like
that that's
chills.
a long, complicated answer that has nothing to do with my actual tastes in media, Brad. So just
Okay,
fucking
sure.
shut up. Like, my point is, I finally watched like the first 2 episodes of Andor, and it is just crazy how effortlessly good that show is.
Well, if you were a
Like,
true fan, you would have made it happen earlier.
whatever. Natasha Leone, I still can't get over fucking what is it? What's the meme with her where it's like Wednesday? What a concept! Like,
Wait,
oh,
here's something we haven't asked you, Crispy. What are your, or at least I haven't. What are your reactions to the Superman trailer?
Start
again,
seeing it.
like it is fucking embarrassing. Like how someone can like put out a Superman trailer that's just like, yep, that's it. That looks great. That looks like a fun superhero movie. When like an entire studio system couldn't produce anything like even half that fun for like 15 years. Like it's
I know. Okay.
crazy. It is fucking crazy. Again,
More.
effortless. Like whoever's making, what James Gunn and his
James
people like
Gunn.
are
Yeah.
making this new Superman movie. It's so fucking crazy how like I mean it's really validating that it's like okay, somebody who actually can get their hands on these resources also sees the same thing that like everyone else is seeing, that like all this other shit they've been doing just like sucks on like every fucking level. Like it sucks that this movie got made because it also means that like somebody gave a really shitty pitch that somebody was like, let's do it. You know, like it.
Is everybody on the same page with that? Everyone's vibing with it.
I mean, if you're like
reactions seem to be
if you're a
pretty
big
positive.
Snyder, fucking Henry Cavill fan, no. But I mean, I don't. Those people are a dying breed, right? Like, I don't think that's
I
a
have
real
not watched
thing
this
anymore.
new trailer, but for some reason, I feel like it's got to be caught up in somewhere in the culture war, right?
I mean, there are people who would say James Gunn should
there are always
have
going to
been
be people
canceled
on
long
Twitter.
ago.
There are always people on Twitter.
No, not that
They
part
don't
of the
even
culture.
like
I'm talking about the
people who don't
disingenuous
like
part
James
of the culture
Gunn.
war.
The people who don't like James Gunn don't even harp on that anymore. Like everyone knows that was just like their tactic, and nobody really cares. Nobody has any smoke for that anymore. They literally
I didn't say there was. I just
no. I'm just well. You said there will be some people. Who
I'm saying
always say
there
he
are
should be
people
canceled.
out there who I've seen
I
try to make
guess.
that argument, but
I mean, there are people out there who like.
I think there are also
drink
people
their
who
own
are
piss too. But like,
I think there are also people who are Zack Snyder apologists. So
Strange Addictions. You got to watch that episode.
Twitter will always have like these little pockets of people who like formed their personality around like Man of Steel and Batman v Superman and that shit, who will always be like, you know, like the Japanese soldiers at the end of World War II on those little islands that like never got the stand down order and it just like kept fighting the war for another 20 years, right? Like that will always exist on Twitter. I don't think those people have much contact with the outside world anymore. Like I don't know who cares enough. I don't know who cares enough about who's making the next Superman movie to like have an opinion about it beyond like watching the new trailer and being like, yeah, cool, looks fun, sure. And like honestly, like some of the ideas that people are throwing around about like what the movie's about, like what the whole fucking twist is gonna be, like some people think they've kind of like figured it out. It sounds cool. It sounds like a lot of fun. It looks cool. It sounds cool.
yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there opening weekend. It looks
dude. It's
sick.
like it's fucking embarrassing. Like it's. I don't know, man. Like watching people who are supposed professionals like struggle to put out anything watchable, let alone like transformative. You know, like you couldn't even hit the fundamentals. Like and then like someone else comes along and does it and you're just like, oh, okay, I'm not crazy, things didn't change, like these people are just crazy.
The energy you have right now is like how people felt about Expedition 33.
Sure, I guess.
In
I don't turn-based. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay, I'll play Expedition 33, I'll play your French game, I'll play the French. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, how did you think? I mean, did you watch that trailer and think there was a possibility that I would be like, nah?
No,
like,
no. I was
about that.
I just you were the person I wanted to talk to the most about it because I know
they've shown more of like. They've shown that this Superman is like more of a character than Henry Cavill's ever was in the trailer. Like they've already like shown scenes where it's like, thank you. That's Superman.
The voice change,
That's the guy.
when he sits down to do the interview as Superman, but as Clark Kent.
Dude, the part
I'm gonna go watch
like,
that trailer right now.
The
That's
part
so
where
good.
they're like arguing about like the geopolitics of him like stopping a missile from killing people, and he's like, people were gonna die. Like
Yeah, I was like, that's the
Superman.
essence right there.
And that's something you would never hear in a Zack Snyder movie. Like everyone is making fun of the like Senate hearing scene in Batman v Superman where like the whole fucking Senate chamber blows up and he's just standing there like, man, what a shame. You know? Like, I don't know who that guy is. He's not Superman. Superman just doesn't.
Never let that happen.
Superman's a fucking cartoon character. Superman is Paddington Bear. Like, stop, just stop. Like
most of that movie is about reacting to Superman, not just like giving a Superman's perspective.
People were like, I don't know if I should take my kids to see this Superman movie.
Yeah.
It's Superman, for fuck's sake. Like, what are you talking about? If kids can't watch Superman, none of us should be watching Superman. Like
That is a good point. That
Very
is a good
true.
point.
come on.
That
Like
is a
there's nothing
very good
there to elevate that like is worth making like alienating the youth. You know what I mean? Like that's
The youth.
the whole reason why superheroes exist. Like I don't know, man. Like even like the stupid underpants thing, right? Like when they revealed his costume and it has like the red trunks. That is
Yeah.
something that we shouldn't be having arguments about, right? Because not only it's not about the fact that like it may, it's what the character looks like in the comics. It's not even about that. It's about the fact that like they were so embarrassed about making a fucking comic book movie that they took something off the costume to be like, no, let's make this a little more realistic, and ended up just making him look weirder. Like this costume is weird. There's a reason why we did the whole red trunks thing to begin with. It just looks weird. And like it doesn't look weird with the trunks, right? It's not much of a discussion, but it was a whole fucking debate when the first like set photos came out of like, oh, I knew it. They're kidding up Superman again. And it's like, who are you people? Who are you people? Like
They're clowns.
read a book. Like you need Superman to be elevated to your like adult tastes because you don't have adult tastes. Go develop some. Go read some fucking Cormac McCarthy or something.
Oh, Smallville.
Like
God
go
damn it.
read a fucking book. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. I like it's making. Okay, here we go. Anti-capitalism rant.
Here we
like
go.
making superheroes this like multi-billion-dollar like film industry, it's just like another form of financializing something that like can't bear the weight, you know? Like a superhero movie should be frivolous fun, but no studio wants to pay billions of dollars for frivolous fun. Or like people don't want to base their personality around something that's frivolous, so instead of not doing that, they just pretend it's not frivolous, you know? Like I don't know. Like if you're going to superheroes and you want the fun and the color and the stupidity ripped out, like you want to watch John Wick. You don't want to watch a Superman movie. Like and John Wick exists and it does really
I
well.
would say good
Like,
news. Those other things still
and they're not
exist.
going to stop making those. Like
But you're
I don't
having
know.
fun with your thing when I should be having fun with your thing, but it's not for me, so it doesn't. Just fuck off.
Yeah, or at the very least, like come to something on its terms, you know? Just like you don't I don't know. You don't have like people fandom is awful because fandom attaches your identity to like corporate media, and corporate media shouldn't be anything more than just like something you have fun with. Like it shouldn't be something that defines you. So like when we're having these like goddamn brain dead discussions about like what Star Wars should be or what Superman should be, like we're not like personally attacking because like what we don't have any actual convictions about real things. Like we only have convictions about dumb made up shit. Like that's stupid. That's so stupid, man.
It is.
Which is part of the reason why Andor's so crazy. Like
Dude, Andor's so good.
Andor is literally like I don't know. I kind of feel like did you guys watch Severance?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, you know how like his brother-in-law is like a self-help author, and then
Yeah.
like they start reading it and they're like, "Oh my god." And it's like this like foundational like almost religious text for them, but like
But it's really
to
dumb.
the audience, it's like, yeah, this guy's just like
It's
a fucking
nonsense.
idiot yuppie who like, yeah, like he's like the absolute like encapsulation of like a quote unquote like soy boy, like coastal elite, like liberal, you know? And his ideas are just kind of like dumb, you know, if you're
There's like
an
there's
adult,
no
if you're
actual
not
substance
only
to what he's
like
saying.
yeah, if you're not only like, 200 days old or something, like
Yeah.
and then they like hire him, they're like, well, we want you to rewrite the book specifically for innies, but like make it more friendly to like the corporate structure. And it's a whole big like criticism on how like critique of capitalism is always subsumed by capitalism, right?
Mm-hmm.
And perverted. Like you can't really like make art. You can't deliver a poignant
You
like
can't make
political
art without it
message
being swallowed up by the
within the
capitalist machine.
framework, right?
Yeah.
It feels like someone is like trying to do that with Andor. Like it feels like they were just like, listen, we don't know what to do with Star Wars. You seem to be a pretty competent writer. Here's a bunch of money. Like, please, we will put on TV whatever you make. We don't care. And he was just like, bet. And like like pen this like I don't know. Like it I don't think it I'm not like saying like, oh, Andor is revolutionary text. Like you need to watch the show as part of your praxis. Like that's clearly stupid. But like
I'll tell you this.
It's like it is like I can see like one or two people watching the show being like, that was really cool. Listening to Tony Gilroy talk about like the books he's read and being like, I'm gonna go read some of that. And like, you know, learning about Weimar Republic Germany and shit. Like
Yeah. Dude.
It is funny. It is funny that like I don't know. It's funny
Look,
that you can
I had this thought the other day while I was watching Andor that and look, I think there's obviously space for like many different interpretations or approaches to Star Wars. That's kind of the fun of it, like seeing how different people like take the material and do stuff, which is cool.
I agree.
But
because Star Wars is more than anything an aesthetic.
Yes,
it is.
Yes,
like
it's a paintbrush to paint with.
It's like writing a cyberpunk story. Like
yeah.
There are certainly political connotations to that. Like a good Star Wars story does involve revolutionary politics. It always has. It's just like before it was just like, we're gonna blow up this Death Star. You know, it was for babies. You know, it was baby revolutionary.
It was
politics,
everything boiled down. It was that boiled down to this like most simplest form. But when I was watching Andor, it made me realize just how, in my opinion, anyways, just how mishandled the portrayal of the Empire has been for so long. Not mishandled because like there are some where they were trying to boil it down to something simpler for people to understand, I guess. But like this was the first time I was watching Star Wars and I was thinking to myself, fuck, these are this thing, like this idea, this concept of the Empire is, because I used to think of them as like just like mustache twirling villains almost.
Well, they are, and that's what's brilliant about it. Is like
Nazis. They're also fucking Nazis.
Well, and Nazis. When Nazis are honest about being Nazis, they are mustache twirling villains.
Yeah,
like they're people who like they want to like melt giant vats of the wrong kind of people. You know, like Andor is really good because
I guess what I'm saying is they made the Empire scary for the first time. I feel like
they did because they took a cartoon villain, like you said. They're mustache twirling cartoon villains. We all understand that the Empire is evil, right? But they're evil in a like Lex Luthor in the Christopher Reeves movie kind of way, you know, when he's like, I'm the greatest criminal mind of the 20th century. Like, it's just goofy, right? Like, okay, he's like, he just loves crime. That's why he does crime. There's no material like reasoning behind any of it, right? There's no dialectical thought, which there shouldn't be. It's a fucking kids movie. Who cares? But to take something that we all like in an intrinsic aesthetic sense understand, like, okay, bad, evil, fascist, like this, like people use the Empire to describe systems of like actual like institutional evil and fascism in the real world, because we all understand that that's just kind of what they are. They're a caricature of that, right? They're a cartoony caricature of that. To take that and like break it apart and show like, okay, this is true. This is a cartoon where people shoot teddy bears with laser guns, but like if we apply some real world logic to how a system like this would have to function and start to draw parallels between like this and actual institutions. You know, like the prison in Arcana 5 is ridiculously evil. And like
Yes.
we don't have anything like that in the United States. But are the problems that those prisoners are dealing with, are the way that that institution handles people and what it does to people, and like it is a heightened version of that, but it demonstrates actual issues. It demonstrates like the revolving door policy of the state, like this idea that recidivism is not just like an inherent failure of prisoners. It is the goal of the system. They don't want people to not be prisoners because they extract value from prisoners. You
Yeah.
know? Like this idea that like the 13th Amendment abolished slavery, except for as a judicial punishment administered by the state. It is
Yeah.
legal to make prisoners work for no money, right? That is slavery, and it is legal to do that if you are a prisoner. That is exactly what Narkina is like showing us, is like this how the prison industrial complex connects to the military industrial complex, connects to the political complex, like it's demonstrating really complicated global politics with Legos, you know?
Yeah, that's
And
actually a really
honestly,
good way of
that's
putting it,
like what a lot of people need. That's what I need, you know? Like that's just what it is.
But yeah, like there was, I think I watched episode 8 or 9 of season 2 the other day, and multiple moments in that episode gave me fucking chills. Like
Yes.
this is like because there were parallels, and I was like to real life shit, and I was
It's
like,
not just also that it is like, you know, kind of poignantly like and insightfully made, especially for like the present time. It's not just that it's political, right? It is also just good. Like the dialogue is so good. The like the way they shoot, the way they block action, the way they handle just like two characters in a room talking, right? That should be like I want to like the like I remember characters standing in a room talking to each other being a criticism about like the prequels, right? Like that is a momentum killer if you have too much just like talk, right? If you're
must mean
not
that
delivering
the
it in an
talking was
interesting
not
way.
executed well.
I
It was
swear to
not-
God, Andor is all just like two people in a room talking, and it's gripping. It is
It's
like
compelling,
I watched like what, you know, I was, before I started watching again, I saw like a post because everyone on Twitter, like in my algorithm, is just like still losing it over Andor. You know, they're just posting shit all the time, and someone posted the scene from episode 1 or 2 of the series. I don't remember which one. It's the one where Cyril is like reporting the murder of the two corpo cops to his boss, and then that cop is saying like, okay, yeah, just write a report, like we're done with it. And he's like, so just like, what do you mean? These were officers killed in the line of duty, like we have to find this guy. And the dude just like kind of lays out like where they sit in the empire and like what their role like in the machine is. And he's like, look, I know that guy. He was a dick. He should have been dead years ago. They were drinking Revnog, which we're not supposed to allow, at a brothel, which we're not supposed to have, at one of the expensive ones that they shouldn't be able to afford. Like, the whole thing is broken. Like, they were doing so many wrong things and got killed. Like, somebody pointed out that, like, the Empire might not have been defeated if that guy didn't have to leave for the weekend to go do his, like, little performance review and left Cyril in charge. Like, because Cyril being in charge and causing that huge fucking mess on Ferrix, trying to arrest Cassian, is what brought the Empire in and said, like, all right, Corpos, you're done. We're taking over. Like,
so much
so
nuance.
good. It's so good. And like that scene alone was so just like, it's such a like nothing scene that like, you know, isn't a big set piece. It's not a big standout. It's not something that like people are going to be talking about when they're like pitching the show or talking about how much they love it. But it, like every other scene, just like works, and it doesn't talk down to you. And I mean, I mean, it feels a little ironic to be praising this thing for like being so refined and yet still being Star Wars, because my position's always been Star Wars is kids media. You shouldn't put too much like emphasis and weight on this because it can't bear the load. Which, I mean, I think why this works is because it's still also like just a fun action like spy
Yeah.
thriller. Like that first episode of the new season of him like stealing the TIE fighter, like that was
Yeah.
that was cool. Like that was a lot of fun. Um
Yeah.
I also
Dude,
love the two pirates who like keep arguing with each other.
Yeah.
Did you know the younger guy is Tony Gilroy's son?
I did not know that.
And the other guy that he's arguing with is his wife's nephew. So like those two guys are actually cousins in real life, and he said he cast them in that role because those two guys like bicker at family functions and stuff all the time. Like,
Perfect. You got the job.
Like
that's pretty good.
That's fun. Like,
dude.
I thought that.
Yep. So you're not super far in season 2 yet, right?
I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had a lot of stuff spoiled. I've had a lot of stuff spoiled though.
So. Well, I mean, even if without, even if certain things have been spoiled, there's two episodes in particular that come later that even if you know it's happening, seeing how it's executed is just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, it just makes me realize, like, fuck, this, like, I've never taken Star Wars too seriously for all the reasons you just laid out. I try to just kind of enjoy it for what it is, but like, they tapped into something special, and like they're like seeing the potential that could be realized if someone who's just willing to like dig a little deeper does that, is kind of phenomenal. I was like, oh my god, this is insane.
The irony, I think, of a lot of this like mentality of like aging up, like again with Man of Steel, like or Batman v Superman. And I know you like those movies, Nick, and I'm really not like coming. I know. I'm not coming at you. I'm not coming at you for whatever. I have my opinions, and that's what they are. But the irony of that, I think, and why those are different than something like The Dark Knight, which I do think The Dark Knight is a like good deconstruction of Batman. I don't think it should be the default for Batman, but I think there's a lot of like insight there into like the psychology of the characters, how they interact with one another, and also just like a lot of good filmmaking. And I don't think that's necessarily true of Zack Snyder's shtick. I think I think that like I don't think the problem is necessarily doing a deconstructionist version or like grounding the material or like aging it up or anything like that. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong, but you have to have like a pretty specific vision to do that. And I don't think Zack Snyder has many thoughts that he wants to convey. I don't think he's trying to send a message. I think he's just trying to do aesthetics, and
he's trying to make things that look cool, which is
right. And Andor does both. Andor makes things look cool, but then also like comes at you with just like
nuanced, thought-provoking,
with like a lot of thought-provoking shit. Yeah, like a lot of like even just hearing people explain like feelings that you've maybe had about like the world, but like in a coherent way. I don't think this reminds me a lot of like, I don't know if any of you guys are familiar, but I think it was called Pluto. It was a manga that was it was based on Astro Boy. And that's another thing where like they took this really goofy like 70s 60s cartoon about like a boy robot who fights monsters, and then like somebody made a murder a murder detective story based around like an episode or two of that old kids show. And it's really dark and it's really mature and it's insightful in like a way that it didn't necessarily have to be or was predisposed to be, but like is really good material and is like a genuinely like humane story. Like it's really good.
That's not Zack Snyder.
Oh, there's an anime for it on Netflix. Oh shit, yeah. It's pretty good.
This sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's like it's like a detective, like a robot detective investigating like these robot homicides. I think.
Mm.
I think he's a robot. I don't think that's a spoiler either. I think you're supposed to know that. But yeah, it's like somebody watched Astro Boy, which I don't know if you know what that is, but I feel like if you saw it, you'd be like, "Oh, Astro Boy."
Oh yeah, I know what it is for
Yeah,
sure.
it's like someone took Astro Boy and then we're like, "Let's do Blade Runner in Astro Boy," and like, it kind of fucks. It kind of fucks.
Kind of
You know?
fucks. Kind of
It
slaps.
fucks in a way that like, yeah, a lot of yeah, I don't know, man. You gotta have.
Is it a series or a movie? Oh, it's a
It
series.
was a series, but it was also a manga. It just fucks in a way that like I don't know. This is kind of like what I'm always saying about like authorial voice. It's like whatever you're making is going to be interesting if you actually have a point of view. It doesn't even really necessarily matter as much what that point of view is, but if you have a point of view that is your guidepost, like if you have something to say, if you have a voice, if you have like thoughts in your fucking head, like you can make art, you know?
I'm gonna watch this.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna check this out. I'm adding this to
8
my.
long form episodes.
I'll watch the shit out of that.
The longest
Cool.
3 player hour. Sorry,
Yeah,
I just kind
yeah.
of ranted for a while,
No,
but
it's all good. I'm also gonna go watch the Superman trailer again before I go to bed.
you should, dude.
Is Nathan Fillion Green Lantern?
Oh, Nicholas. He's not just Green Lantern. He's the best Green Lantern.
The best Green
He's
Lantern. Okay.
Yes.
Guy Gardner. You know, Earth has 4 human Green Lanterns.
He looks like a
Or
dork.
I should say Sector 2814 has well,
Guy
I don't know how they
Gardner,
organize
Hal
it anymore.
Jordan.
It used to be that every sector had 2 Green Lanterns, and Earth's Green Lanterns were John Stewart and Hal Jordan, and they kind of had their own thing going on where, like, for a while, the Green Lantern book was about Hal Jordan, but John Stewart was the Green Lantern who was in the Justice League, and then Guy Gardner and Kyle Rayner were like honor guard Green Lanterns on Oa. Yeah, Guy Gardner's just this fucking like shithead who got a Green Lantern ring and is still a shithead, but like we love him. He was he was the Green Lantern for Justice League International when Maxwell Lord, who is in this movie, formed Justice League International with like Ted Kord's Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. Like Guy Gardner used to hang out
Booster
with Blue Beetle
Gold.
and Booster Gold, which is so good. He's so fucking funny. He's such a dickhead.
Nice.
And casting Nathan Fillion as him is just
That's exciting. I'm excited.
I
Also,
mean-
Hot Girl is played by Isabella Merced, who plays Dina in The Last of Us, and she's very good. I'm now an Isabella Merced fan, and I'm excited to see her in something else.
I'm excited to
now.
see how Mr. Terrific does. Like, I think Mr. Terrific's a great character. And
Is he in the trailer?
Yes.
Yes.
He's
Which
the,
one is he?
He's the black guy with the T face mask,
Yeah,
and he has
he
like,
comes out of like the UFO thing.
T spheres floating around him. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like DC's version of Reed Richards. He's like the smartest man in the world. So he just has like this crazy sci-fi tech that is his like superpower, quote unquote.
Man,
like
they added him to the Arrowverse, and like it felt so fucking ham-fisted. Like,
well,
he didn't wear the mask, did he? Because that was always like the most unrealistic part of him. Is he?
Oh
has
yeah, no,
this,
he did the full face paint and everything.
Form-fitting mask that's like in the shape of a T on his face.
He didn't do a mask; it was just face paint, but still.
I can't wait.
That's not entirely surprising that it didn't.
I can't
work
wait,
out, right?
dude. The fucking the robot that he's fighting in the trailer is I can't remember his name. It's like
Metallo?
the hammer of. No, it's not Metallo. It's a deep cut.
It wouldn't be like the the flying robots from that original like cartoon series from the 30s, right? The Flesher films.
No,
Because that would be a deep cut.
maybe I don't. No, not that robot. The other robot. See, that's what's fun is there's like too many robots in this movie that you can't just type in Superman trailer robot because it wants to talk about the other robots, the Superman robots. Because Superman has robots and a Fortress of Solitude. Oh, and Crypto. Yeah, dude, it's so good.
Dude, I am in love with that shot of Superman saving the kid by like, grabbing him and like shielding him, and he's like holding his head down as the like shit's exploding.
Oh, it was
behind him.
Barovia. I thought it was Barovia. Hammer.
Fucking
Yeah,
sick.
the hammer of Barovia is the name of that robot he's fighting.
And
Um,
man, yeah, I'm
Which
gonna watch this
was-
trailer again. Gentlemen, I must bid you adieu.
Barovia.
I've got to go to bed, but I want to watch this trailer before I do so.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's funny. This is so funny. That's so fucking funny. It's gonna be a good movie. I can't fucking wait, man.
Gonna be rad.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys later.
Peace out, guys. Y'all have a good night.